Welcome back, everybody. Again, welcome to Chaotic IT Academy. This is home. I want you to feel at home. This is a place where you can call a family. We are here, dedicated IT professionals, a powerful community that help individuals learn the basics of computers and learn the skills required to get the six-figure income. This is batch 14. As you can see, we've successfully trained and placed over 13 batches in the US job market. This year makes us 5 years that we have been in operation, and we're so thankful for the enormous sacrifices that we in the community have been putting in to make sure that everyone succeeds in this. And you are not left out. Today is your orientation. We are going to be in this journey for the next 6 to 8 months. And without much ado, I'm going to go ahead and start and give you a rundown overview of what Chaotic IT Academy is all about. I know some of you have been attending our mini orientation, so some of this might not really be very new to you. You might have heard it. If you're hearing it the second time, well, knowledge too much. There's never too much knowledge that you can learn at Chaotic. So just bear with us. We're going to go through it for those who are hearing for the first time, and then give you room to ask your questions. We'll give you advice on how to navigate the job market successfully. All right, good. Let's get started. All right. Let me know if you are able to see my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen, please.
Yes, Doc.
Yeah, we can see it.
Yes.
All right. Very good.
Yes, Doc.
Good.
Can see.
All right. So welcome back again to Chaotic IT Academy Orientation Day. Today it's career orientation. I want to give a shout out to all those who are tuning in from different parts of the world. We do have the students of University, IUT, University of Douala, that are all tuned in, coordinated by our powerful instructor, Maxime. Shout out to you guys. Welcome. Today, we're going to be talking about what IT Academy is all about. Yes, Maxime, I can hear you. Can you hear us loud and clear?
Sorry, Doc. It's just that the students are excited and they just want to say hi to you guys. There also right here we are in the IUT Douala live and in class. So they heard about the course and they are so interested. I connected so that we can reach. So thank you so much, Doc.
Okay. All right. I greet them all. You're welcome to Chaotic IT Academy orientation session. Today, we're going to be telling you everything that you need to know about this program. Feel free to stick around, ask questions, make sure you understand everything that this program is all about. And hopefully we'll see you in class next week. All right. So let me go ahead and share my screen and then let's start one more time. All right. Okay. So what are we actually all about? Today is a career orientation. The reason why we do this orientation is actually to give you a good overview of what IT is all about. Some of you have heard about different branches of IT. You may be sitting somewhere and wondering, what is actually the right one for me to do? And try to get a proper orientation. So we want to make sure that at the end of today's session, that you take a well-informed decision, that you know exactly why you're doing what we're doing, what are the expectations, and if you really see that you don't meet the expectation right now and you choose not to take the program right now, it is not a problem. We welcome that decision and we hope to see you again whenever you decide that it's time for you to take it. But make sure that before you enroll into our training, that you really understand what is expected, why you are doing it, and what is it that a program will take to complete. All right? So now, Chaotic IT Academy actually came into existence in 2018. So like I mentioned, we are actually celebrating our 5-year anniversary this year. So it's been a grandiose journey. It's been a powerful journey. We have trained and placed hundreds of people in the job market. generating over 30 plus millions of revenue in different families. When I say this, people tend to like wonder how this money actually comes about. And I'm saying it very true. In every single trainee that we place in the job market, those are people that are making in 6 figures. And if you were to really multiply their salaries by the number of trainees that we put in the job market, you see that we'll put more than 30 plus million in the US and international world market, right? And this is thanks to the normal sacrifice that we put here in this community. Now, we have at different locations. We are located in, headquarters is here in Houston, Texas. We have a branch in Germany, Canada, and in Cameroon. These are areas where we are located. We do have a mission statement, right? The mission statement of Cariotech is actually all about empowerment. If you have been listening to our testimony, to our videos, you see me talking and see our communities just talking about empowerment, because we believe that the right way to empower someone is through education, right? I don't need to give you the fish. I need to teach you how to catch the fish. All right, so we empower people through IT training. And we believe that we can do this by making it affordable to most of you as you down the line. Of course, we do all this with our core values. And this is something that we hold so dear to our heart. Our core values is excellence, professionalism, integrity, and empowerment. And you see the word again, empowerment, all the time. Excellent, because we are excellent in everything we do. You are going to find out that our training is the most elaborate training that you're going to find in any of these fields. Because we've sat down, we've elaborated the syllables, and we address today's challenges. That's why we require you to be here for 6 months. In some schools, you'll be there for 2-3 months and you're done. But we take you through an extensive journey, because we believe that not only do you go through this training, we want you to be able to go through this training and be in a position to be self-employed or easily get employment in the US or in the world economy, wherever you're training from. Right? So we put excellence in everything we do, and we do it with almost professionalism. Right? We're professionals. This is a professional platform. We are going to handle it that way, and we do all this with the highest level of integrity. Right? At no other time are we going to do something because someone is looking at us. We're going to do the right thing at any time. And that's why in all our syllabus, from the beginning all the way to the interviews, to the job placement, we're going to tell you what is right, and we're going to do the right thing. And when we do all this, you will be empowered. So that's why these are our core values, and we really, really believe so much on these core values. Of course, we did this with a vision, right? What was really the vision of Cariotech? Because a lot of people hear of IT and they just think about cost, right? They find it so difficult to do, it's so expensive, the programs are expensive, licenses are expensive, but we've gone out there and we've simplified this for you, right? We've brought in softwares that are cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? And we've made it accessible to you at your doorstep at a very affordable price, right? So we make it affordable and accessible to all of you. There are a lot of things here that if we didn't choose to do what we're doing right now, most of you would just hear of this and will never have access to it. But we brought it to your doorstep by making it accessible and affordable to everyone that is interested. And of course, Cariotech has a very powerful slogan, right? It is where your most innovative self starts. When you come into Cariotech, we believe that you're going to get you're going to come out being very innovative. Right? We push you to go beyond your comfort zone, to find your most God-given potential. Right? So we do this. So, and we are very, very innovative, and this goes to everything we do, from our programs, to our syllables, to our projects, everything we put innovation, and we follow the trend in IT field. We make sure that everything that we do here is what the job market requires. It's what the current trend in IT field requires. What do we really offer? What are some of the trainings that we offer? We offer so many different programs, as you can see here. Today, we're talking about SQL Server Database Administration, SQL DBA, as you typically know. We offer Azure training. We offer AWS training. And we recently partnered with a lot of institutions, and we're offering IBM Guardian, Microsoft packages, and basic computer training. All these are programs that we do for you. And we've just decided to go in depth into this program by even bringing up holiday programs to our kids, as well as advanced advanced computer and basic computer training for our mothers. These are programs that if you follow up on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, you see us talking about it all the time. We're very excited about it. We're very excited about what we're doing in the community and the lives that we are impacting. Right? People that never really believed that they could ever come close to this are finding it very easy to take our training, and we are so excited about it. And of course, we do also offer weekly webinars. These weekly webinars are there to help you have an understanding of the trends in the IT field. We want to make sure that you know what is the trend, what the technologies is leading you to, and know where to take your next move. And we are always doing things like interview boot camps. Our interview boot camps is a very important phase of our training. So when the trainees have gone through all these 6 months of training, most schools, most universities that you know will be done with the training. But we don't end there, right? We put you in a very intensive 2 months training called Interview Bootcamp Optima Offer Letter, that we will give you all the tips that you need, how to address yourself, how to sell yourself, the so-called elevator speech. How do you market yourself out there? How do you find leads? How do you meet the right people? All this we do during the interview bootcamp for you at no extra charge at all. Of course, we have Kimpro, which is our mentorship program. So we have a lot of mentors that will come in there and really tell you from the horse's mouth. How was their experience? How did they go through this training? What are some of the challenges that they have faced? Today, you're going to be hearing from some of these mentors that have gone through this training and their lives have been changed, and they will tell you from their own experience how it was when they started this training. So we do this through our mentorship training. And of course, this is very rare to see a school that offers training and also provide you one-on-the-job support. We do not let you down when you get the job. We are still there. We have a very powerful community. We have individuals that sacrifice hours, and this I really give thanks to all these people that are there that sacrifice their time, their hours to really train you or help you when you get a job. You have a problem at work, you don't know what to do, you have someone to reach out to and someone will support you. So that on-the-job support is a very powerful tool that we have. And of course, we with the Kiawe Foundation offers scholarship. And then these scholarships are there to help you guys actually learn these programs when you are having financial challenges. So we make sure that we look at people who have financial difficulties through the foundation. You'll be hearing from the president of Kiawe Foundation today that will tell you a little bit about what we do at the foundation. Typically here, everyone that applies this training from a third world country, there are countries that we have looked at their income ratio and will group them. We will send out that announcement out there. If you happen to find yourself in any of that country, you automatically qualify for a partial scholarship from Kiawe. And based on your financial situation, you can as well go as far as also getting a full scholarship to be able to take this training. There's one keyword that we always say at every given time. Finance can never be a reason why you are not taking our training. Okay? Once you have the will to take the training, we will find a way for you to be able to take our training. Of course, now you want to take a little bit look into our different classes that we offer. What does it really entail, right? Why does it take 6 months for a program that is offered in 2-3 months with other schools that you see around? Well, the reason is because we are very dedicated and we really go in depth. Right? We have a lot of projects, and these projects are corporate world projects. These are highly classified and highly confidential projects that we've drafted from our experience in the job market and what the economy really requires, and we'll put it into a program that will really help you. Now I'm going to give room to our program director. When he'll be talking, he will give you a little bit insight into these programs, and what the programs is all about, how is it actually structured, and how you hope to be able to gain meaningful knowledge when you are doing this program, right? So we have SQL Server database training, which is 300 plus hours, take 6 to 8 months, offered by certified instructors and senior database administrator, and it leads to a certification. The certification that we give you at the end of this training, we will help you get the certification. And of course, we also have Azure Cloud Computing Training, which is also 200 plus hours and offered through the same method. And one of the things that we do here at Caltech is that every single instructor that you're going to find in your class is a working professional, a senior professional in the field. We do not teach theory here. We make sure that you understand exactly what you're doing. And we do this by teaching you the practical skills, not just the theory. So when you leave our training and you get out there, you get a job, you should not just have some theoretical knowledge, you really have a sound practical knowledge of what is taught out there or what is required in the job market. Of course, we do also offer AWS training, similar training offered with a partnership with our partner organization, which is 300 plus hours offered 5 to 6 months, and it's done through projects as well. Right? And all this leads to certification, as you can see there. And of course, what do we really do during our weekly webinar? Right? Our weekly webinar, we meet once every week during this weekly webinar. And what we do there is that we help you meet the current job market. We need to help you understand what is it that is actually required out there. Are you looking for a job? Do you just want to network with senior database administrators or people in the field? Create some kind of network opportunity for you. You do have free consultancy with me and other people in the community as well. We do bring in top presentations from guest speakers who are doing very well out there. Every Tuesday, we meet and there's always a TED Talk where we talk about very powerful things. So this is something that you should plan to have in your calendar. It's not obligatory, but it's highly recommended that you join our weekly webinars and learn from the community. Of course, it's an opportunity for you to network. This is an opportunity for you to not isolate yourself. We always say this. When you join our community, do not try to isolate yourself. Circle yourself with people who think likely, who wants to see you succeed, okay? And this is an opportunity for you. And of course, sometimes we turn this Tuesday webinar into an interview bootcamp or interview training. And you will be hearing that from our interview coordinator, who will be telling you a little bit more on what we do during the interview training. Sometimes we take this and we just interview a few people and we put them on a hot seat and they see how they react. And then they have this kind of simulation. So when they go out there in the job market, it is not so difficult anymore. They already know how it is to take this training, how it is to take an interview, and they don't feel that fear syndrome kind of disappear, and we build some level of confidence in them during this interview training. Or sometimes we just want to brainstorm, right? There's a new technology right now, Microsoft released SQL Server 2022, and with this, we just want to brainstorm, right? How can it be useful to us? Who have used it before? What are some of the challenges that you face in working with it? So it's a very good community that you really want to. And of course, what I want to let you know is that all these programs that we offer during the Tuesday webinars are free of charge. So even if you are not taking trainings at Caltech, you have loved ones who may just want to know what are we really doing? What is this IT thing all about? Send the invite 1 or 2 persons, let them join, right? Let them come in and see what we do. And it will help them change their mindset on our IT. All about maybe for them or for people that they know in their circle, and they'll be able to take advantage of this. We typically offer this Tuesday webinar via Zoom, just like you are taking this class right now. We'll send out the Zoom invite. You will be able to log in and register and attend the class. And the good thing is that you don't have to register. It's just a link. Just click the link and put your name, first name, last name, and join, and then you listen. Of course, the mentorship program, like I did mention, is really there. That's our own way of giving back to the community to empower the people that are coming after us. So as you are coming through this training, you will be mentored by other people. Our expectation is that you pass down the same spirit to the people that are going to come after you in batch 15, right? That we're going to reach out to you and solicit to be a mentor somebody, right? So all this is really giving back to the community. We do not pay these mentors. These are people who are really giving out their time. So please do respect their time. And when it's your time, do volunteer as well. Right? So we do a lot of volunteering work at Kiawitech, and we try as much as possible to create a good mentor-mentee relationship. I know a lot of people today that have really grown into family just by being in that situation where they were a mentor to somebody or they were a mentee under somebody. And that relationship has grown to a point where they feel more like a family. So really take this serious, treat the person serious, with some respect, and with this, we hope that it will be helpful to you. And of course, the interview bootcamp with Target open my offer letter is offered for 60 days. And within this 60 days, what we do is that we simulate this interview. We teach you what you're supposed to learn during the interview training, how to answer an interview question, and so on. Right? And we do follow-up questions. So those who are already taking interviews, we want to see what challenges you're facing. Right? We want to see, are you actually applying for work? We want to make sure that you are not just there, that you're really doing it. And at the same time, we do group you into groups, and sometimes we do some group projects as well. And we follow up with what we call futuristic DBA topics. Right? These are topics that probably we didn't handle it during our training, and because of time, that we still feel that this is important, and we bring it up during this bootcamp. Okay, and we do what we call interview simulation, the so-called hot seat. Those have gone to Kiawitech, they will tell you how hot the seat is. Our seat is hotter than any seat that you're going to sit on out there. So when you go through our interview training, there is no interview that is going to scare you, because you've already seen it all. We've given it to you during our interview bootcamp, so you know exactly what to expect when you go out there. And then we'll get a deep dive understanding on certain technologies that probably during the class you didn't really have an understanding. You've been trying it within your subgroup and you still don't understand it. This is the time for you to really understand it in detail. All right. And of course, the support, we make sure you're never left alone. We will be there for you. We provide you one-on-one support with anybody on our team. And also, we bring topics that were maybe very challenging to brainstorm during a weekly webinar and help you on the job as you go along. All right, I'll talk about it. We give back through a Kiawi Foundation. You'll be hearing from the foundation president yourself. And we expect our recipients to also give back, right? One good turn deserves another. So if you go through our training, get our scholarship, and go out there and your life will be changed, we expect you to also come back and help someone else who may also be in the same situation like you were a few months back or a few years back, right? So we do offer full or partial scholarship for that purpose. And this is a way for us to do our social corporate responsibility, right? Giving back to the, providing a voice to the underprivileged in our community. And of course, some of you might be asking, what is really a database administrator? What is it all about? This training, you guys have talked about DBA. What is it all about? Every one of us has a phone. We do all have phones. Now, just think about it. When was the first time that you had your first phone? Okay, from that day that you had your phone till today, you have been a DBA. Just the one that has not been paid. So a database administrator manages databases, right? Corporate databases. Now think about it. In your phone, you have your phone numbers, right? All the phone numbers that you have all the WhatsApp messages, the videos, the text messages that you don't want to lose, right? If your phone gets stolen or your phone is bad, falls in water, fire, or whatever, you want to still be able to maintain a copy of all the information that was in your phone. That is a database, and you manage it. Now extrapolate this now in a corporate world where you're working for a bank that has millions of customers. They come in, they sign in, they use their first name, last name, their address, any information that the bank gathers, all of them, and they give them a loan or create an account for them. All that, they create what is called a database, and someone has to manage that database. The person who manages that database is called a database administrator. Now, having said that, can you then think about a company or any business that does not have a database? Just think about it. Just take a minute and think about it. Is there any business that you know exists that does not have a database? And the answer is no. Every single business out there has a database. Okay. Now, the difference is the database might be too small to hire someone to manage it, and then they will give out that database to an external company, to a consultant who may be you doing this training today. You may be a consultant for a company, you are not the employee, you help them manage the database. That may be you. Or it may be big enough for them to actually hire a database administrator. And that's exactly what we train. Okay. So you will help to manage the corporate databases either as an employee, a consultant, and so on. Okay. Now you are also going to help them manage security. You guys are aware in my WhatsApp group forum. In our WhatsApp group forum, we are constantly talking about scam alerts, scam alerts, scam alerts. People's trying to scam, come up with all kinds of ways to get money from you. All that is a security measures that every company has to put in place. And that person that sits there to implement those security measures is you. And that's what we're going to train you to be able to do that. You're going to help the company from being hacked. Okay. What are some of the things that you're going to do? You're going to help resolve issues, design databases, and make them, the databases, available for the company when they need it. But one thing I want to let you know is that this profession is of high demand, nationally and internationally. So after today's session, just go online and type database administration in the country that you are tuning in from and look at the result in Google. You will be shocked. Probably you didn't even know that this job does exist. You hear of IT. Yeah, but IT is very vast. There are so many things that you can do with IT. IT is not just about nerds who sit behind computer hours coding stuff that nobody understands. No, you can make a decent life, decent income in this IT by doing other stuff. And some of those other stuff that you can do, which is not so complicated, like what you've been taught throughout, is this database administration. Database administration is one of the most easiest training that you will ever do in the IT field. The reason why I always advise people to start with this one is that it's very easy. It's all about clicking. If you know how to click left and right, you will do this training. And that's why at Kiawitech IT Academy, we have dedicated ourselves and we train you from scratch. So if you are here today as a first time, you're a novice, and you're wondering, will I ever make it? The answer is yes, because you can do it, right? There's a lot of jobs out there, and the training is dedicated for people who have never done anything in the IT field. And that's you. All right. So who is our target audience? That's you. All right. Database administrator. You want to be database administrator. You want to be a developer, maybe data scientist, maybe analyst, database engineer, or you just want to change the job. You don't care what the job is. You're just tired doing what you're doing right now, and you need a new job. We're here for you. That's why we dedicate this training for people like you. Now, if I were you, before I get into a training like this, and do my own research, whatever we are telling you here today, you need to go out there and do your research. Find out if the information is true or not. Right? So I want to make sure that if I'm going in for any training, I want to make sure that job stability is top-notch. Right? So what do database administrators make when they finish this training? We place our trainee immediately after this training into two different categories. Those that are not so advanced, they can go in for junior database administrator, and those that are very advanced, they can go in for senior database administrator role. And these are the salaries. You can verify this yourself. Do your own research. Verify these numbers. These numbers are actually given for US job market. So you may be in a different country that has different salary ranges. But no matter the country you are in, the salary range is always going to be way above the average that you know. Okay? So, of course, what are some of the career perspectives once you're done with this? You've worked for a few years and you want to move up your career ladder. What are some of the things you can do? You can become a manager, data scientist, business analyst. The higher you go, the more money you make. Okay. Now, also, not just database administrator, we do training in Azure. What is the job expectation for those who do the Azure training? You can see that here. But one thing I want to let you know is that if you are really a novice, you've never done anything in the IT field, you are just struggling to get in, I will always tell you to start up small and grow. And that's why for our Azure training, we strongly would discourage anybody that is trying to do it for the first time in IT field and are going in for this. They may pay a little higher, but in the challenges are there for you to get in, right? It may be very difficult for you to break in. You can see also base salary for 150 for solution architect salaries in the US. And this one here places them also base salary at 155,000, and with all the things that comes along like bonus sharing, profit sharing, bonuses, and so on. Okay, so all these are the salaries that you can see. I'm giving you different sources so that you can compare with whatever you're doing. When you try to look at this salary stability and salary, average salary, try to look for different sources. What are other people saying? What are other websites saying? Is this information true or not? Okay, you can see that different sources do place this profession at a very high salary. This is Glassdoor, a very good website as well. Another research conducted by Brendan Oza, a very good guy in this field, puts database administrators, DBA, over $100,000. And this has been like that, growing consistently for the last couple of years that he's been doing this exercise. And you can see that the amount also depends on which location you are, right? Some locations pay higher than the other. For example, here in the US, if you're in Silicon Valley, you're expecting to make a little bit more than somebody who is in other state like Washington, D.C., Maryland area, and so on, right? Because the standard of living there is also high. So wherever you are, in which country you're tuning in from, also check this based on location as well. So that when you're going in for a job interview, you know exactly how much to ask for. And that's why we show these numbers. So that you know exactly what am I going to ask for if I'm required to give a number. Because always you are required to know exactly how much you are worth. Companies will ask you that during interview. All right, so we'll show you this number so that you can see it. Now look at this here. I compared this study here with database administrator and other professions that you will spend probably 4 or 5 years in college to get a degree. For example, a computer programmer will take about 5 years to finish, a software developer roughly, a computer system engineer, IT manager. These are programs that will spend close to 5 years to complete in college. But watch, database administrator, 6 months, very close, and highly competitive. Now, if you have been paying close attention to most top schools right now, like Harvard, MIT, Texas State University, most top schools out there, you will see them offering 6 months training. Why? Why are they doing that? Well, because they have realized that the world is changing and things are going into things are going in a direction where not degrees are not so important for the companies that are out there. Companies want people who have specialized skills. And it's completely difficult to be specialized in everything. Right? And that's why these short programs is what sells out there. And that's why even top universities are getting into these short programs, because they see that within this short program, you are focused on one thing, right? And that thing makes you really become a pro in that. And that's what companies want. When companies want a database administrator, they don't want you to know everything in IT. They want you to be able to manage their databases. And they will pay you for that because they know how important the database is. Being a database administrator, nobody cares on other stuff in the IT field if you know it, right? But you should know the role where you are. And if you look at most certification right now in the IT field, they have ceased from the traditional certification to what we call role-based certification. What does that mean, role-based certification? It simply means that they're giving you a certification based on the role that you are doing, okay? So because it's role-based, it is so difficult to be an expert in database administration, an expert in networking, an expert in programming, an expert in server administration, all these different levels of IT that you know. It is so hard. No one can know it all. So they now move their certification to be focused on the role that you will be applying for. And database administration is a role. And that is why we are here to make sure that you understand the skills that you require to be successful as a database administrator. And we're giving you just that. Well, what is our expectation in this program? Yes, you have to be in class. Okay, you can see I am here right now talking to you. You can stop me, ask a question, and I'll correct you if you find yourself in trouble or if you're making mistakes, right? It is different from online training where I just upload videos, you watch those videos, and from those videos, you do your own assignment where there's no one to talk to. Here, I am here to talk to you. And those of you who are tuning in from Africa or from other parts of the world, technology is changing, it's evolving. If you do remember back in the days, India was really top when it comes to training people in IT. People used to travel from wherever you are to India, take a 6 months training, and then you go back. Think about the cost you used to be involved. Well, you have to first get a visa to go there. Right? You need to buy your flight. When you get there, you need an accommodation, where to live. You need to feed yourself and running around. Okay, all that is cost that was put into you. Okay, to be able to still take the same training that we're doing today. Today, what have we done? Even if you are watching, you're tuning in from the remote area, any remote area in the world, right now, you can take this training without traveling anywhere. So all that cost that was involved from visa, airport, flights, accommodation, feeding, and going around in a strange country has completely been eliminated from you. Right now, you can take our training at the comfort of your bedroom, anywhere in the world, right now, with an instructor who can give you the same instructions like an instructor who is sitting face to face. So the difference right now with this training is just that we don't have any physical contact, but the experience is the same. Okay, so we need you to be in class. Okay, you have to give us at least 95% of your attendance to be successful in this training. I repeat it, this training is not for people who don't have time. If you are one of the person who maybe you hardly even have time to take care of yourself, right? And you're just excited about the figures that I'm showing you here, you may want to rethink, right? Remember what we said in Chaotic, core values, integrity. We're going to tell you the right thing, okay? We want to make sure that you take an informed decision. If you don't have time, you may want to reconsider. Break the time or take this training when you have the time, okay? Our goal is not to have a full class of people who never show up or who never understand anything we're teaching. We want to have people who have the time, who want to come in and dedicate their time and go through this training. And at the end of the training, their lives have changed, right? That's what we want. And of course, you need to do your homework. I know some of you, this is sounding very strange. You know why that you heard the word do your homework. Yes, here we do have homework. We do have group project. We need you to do your homework. All right. You need to actively participate in all sessions and either in class or within your subgroup and offer us 100% attention and participation. All right. Well, we're not the only school doing this. Why should you choose to do this with us? Because, of course, we're going to give you the hands-on training from top-level IT professionals in the field. Our classes take long because we have the material and we have the projects that meets today's demand, and we need to make sure that you finish this program with the right skills to succeed. And of course, we will going to provide you access to all our videos. We'll help you build your resume, and we'll take you to an intensive training, which is a 2-month intensive interview training. And we also give you on-the-job support by making you access to our alumni, people that have gone through this training since batch 1 and they're working for years. They have the skill and they'll be able to help you as a newbie in the field. Okay. Of course, we do have interview material and we support you when you get a job, as well as help you participate in all our boot camps. Okay. Now, that is some of the reasons why you should do this training. At this particular moment, what is next? You've heard about Care We Take. What is it all about? What's next? What do I have to do right now? Of course, we expect that you should have already seen this flyer. All of you must have seen this flyer. You know when our classes are starting. Today is our orientation. We will have classes starting April 8th. And I'm going to also show you the other one, which there's some changes on these other trainings as well. And you have this different schedule as well, right? And based on this schedule, we have shown you the different options that are available for you to take our training. Now, we have made sure that if you are in a different time zone, that you look through these different times and look at the one that is favorable for you based on your availability, your time zone differences, and your work schedule, okay? So you can look at it and choose. And we have a very intensive enrollment procedure. For those of you who have been going through our mini orientation, you might have already been briefed, but if this is your first time here today, we will help you also with the enrollment procedure so that you get enrolled into our training. Okay? Now, at this point here, I'm going to keep I'll come back to you soon, but before we move on, I need to give you a rundown of what Chaotic IT Academy is all about, right? We have a whole dedicated team of people that are really there, focused to help you get this job. And you're going to be hearing from some of them, right? We're going to be getting you advice from the members of our team, starting from our senior management staff, to actually welcome you and advise you on what it really takes to go through this training successfully, and hopes that we will be able to convince you that this is the right place to be, this is the right training to take, so that you're leaving here today being well informed. I'm going to start with Zebedee. Zebedee is our president on Europe. He takes care of our Europe and Africa market, and he actually help you. That's the right person that you have to reach out to if you're in you're in Europe and you want advice on what this training is all about. Yes, Zeb, are you there? Please. Let me give you room.
Yes, Doc. Thank you very much.
All right.
I'm here present.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yes. I just want to take this opportunity to thank everyone present here. I equally want to welcome those joining from developing countries with the internet challenges. I really do appreciate your effort. I'm Zebedee Kiawi, the president for Europe and Africa in Chaotic IT Academy, and we are here to bring you the good news that we have here. If you go through our website and our testimonials, you are going to see what we have been doing throughout, and if something is good, why should you keep it for yourself? Spread the good news, let the communities be changed. You cannot change a community by holding information. Information is power, and if you have anything to do to empower your community, please give them the information that they need. And in Chaotic, we don't prepare the way for you, we prepare you for the way, which means you are going to face challenges, you are going to face ups and downs on the way, but that is not what is important. The important thing is that you should be able to go through all these challenges. The problem is for somebody who has fallen down and remain lying down. But the good thing is that the good one is the person who falls down and keep up moving. So in Chaotic, we say, please, you have to be consistent, you have to be motivated, and the rest we are going to dish it out to you. So please take this challenge. We are here to tell you that there is something good. We are changing lives, and you are going to hear other people testifying the good work that we have been doing here. Our pride is not for us to succeed, but our pride is for us to see what we have given out there as information is affecting people, changing people's life positively. So that is what we really stand for. Where our motivation starts, please bring in your own motivation and add to what we are already putting on the table. And that is what is going to make the success journey for all of us. So we are here today to motivate you, and we wish that this will going to change your mind. Or if it doesn't change your mind, you may know somebody that can change his mind or her mind and can change the person's life as well. The information is not only for people present here today, but the information is for those who are here who know people who want to also join us. Please share the good news. Thank you for all of you for coming. We will be in this journey together, and you'll be seeing me in all capacities that you expect me. And thank you all of you for coming. Thank you all the instructors, all the staffs of Kawite for putting all the good work down there. Thank you, Doctor, for this good initiative.
Yes, thank you so much, Seth. That's our president in Europe and also in Africa who helps us make sure that you have the right information that is required, understand the market, understand how to navigate this, and so on. I've told you that we have a very powerful training, right? I'm not the right person to actually help you understand how our syllables and our course structure, our training is actually structured. We've made sure that it addresses today's challenges. Mr. Cyprian Woods, our Director of Programs, can give you a little bit of a view, welcome you, and tell you how this training is going to be all about, how it's going to be conducted. You are going to see him often. He's going to be sending you a lot of messages. So Cyprian, please, sir, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Doc. And thank you, everybody. Welcome to today's orientation session. It's so pleasant to have all of you here today. And of course, as you've heard, I am the program director. Guys, I would want to assure you that this decision that you made to join Kiawotech IT Academy to study either Microsoft SQL Server Database Administration, Amazon Web Services, or Azure Cloud Computing, or our Guardian training, IBM, of course, this is the right decision that you have ever made. Now, if you are thinking, or you were thinking that this is something that, or you still have some doubt, am I going to succeed with this? Am I really making the right decision? Remember, we tend to regret, more of the things that we did not attempt to do rather than the ones that we made an attempt to do. So if you have joined Kiawotech IT Academy and you are still left with any doubt in your mind if you're actually going to go through this training or you have made the right or wrong decision, guys, I want you to feel very confident that you actually made the right decision. Now, I want to assure you that at Kiawotech IT Academy, we go by the pace of the slowest learner, okay? So we will make sure that our curriculum is structured in a way that we will ensure that you can actually meet up with everything that you need to learn and know here at Kiawotech IT Academy. And of course, whenever you think that, we have had very little chances or times when trainees will think that, oh my God, this is not something that is actually working for me. Now, please get to understand this. Whenever you feel that way, we have put everything in place for you to make sure that you are always on track. And one thing I would want to advise you, all of you here today, is make sure that you have the time. Make sure that you have the determination. Make sure that you are ready, and make sure that you are actually going to commit to the training. And remember, we will need you to also put in some work, right? So please make sure that you have actually set out some time to go through this training, and we are going to make sure that you get right to the end of the training. And of course, even after the training, we will not allow you alone. We still help you with resume build-up, with interview preparations and stuff like that to ensure that you will actually succeed in actually getting a job or use the knowledge that you've acquired to be able to make yourself more employable, okay? And please, even after acquiring a job, Kiawotech IT Academy doesn't still leave you alone. We make sure that we continue to provide you assistance so that you can sustain this job that you have actually acquired, okay? So if you have joined Caltech IT Academy today, I want you and every other person that is going to join Caltech IT Academy through you to know that they have actually joined a family, a community of people who come together to work as one, okay? So any fear that you may be having in your mind, okay? I wish I were or I was a Jewish prophet to tell you, go ahead and cancel that fear today. Fear, keep it aside, okay? There is no need for any fear. There is no need for you to check if this is something that you're actually going to be able to do or not, okay? So make sure that this is something you have actually made up your mind. And of course, we are going to stand by you to make sure you get right up to the end. Thank you for taking this life-changing decision. And you're going to be seeing me very frequent in your classes. Thank you so much, Doc, and welcome to everyone to Caltech IT Academy.
Thank you, Cyprian. That's our director of programs. Has carefully crafted the programs to address today's challenges, and will be guiding you throughout this program to make sure that you don't go off track, that you stay focused, and then you finish this program successfully. And of course, when you guys are going through all these programs, there will come a time when you really need to understand, how do I do network with the right people? How do I write a resume that shines? How do I understand what is expected out there? And there's no other person who can explain this better to you than our Director of Public Relations, Mr. Milton, who will be with your point of contact as far as this networking is concerned, who's the right person to make sure that you meet the demands of the current market. Yes, Milton, please go ahead.
Thank you so much, Doug, and welcome to everybody. Again, my name is Milton Chia, and I'm an instructor, and I am also the Director of Public Relations for Caltech. And just like Dr. Kawi has already mentioned, I also call him the vision bearer for all of these, and we always give kudos to him for bringing this up. Under my leadership and my assignment, I'm going to be your contact person as you go through the program and towards the end where you start to talk about resume building, right? And especially those in corporate who wants to penetrate corporate America. We'll talk about corporate America. We'll talk about how you can make your resume stand out there. We'll talk about other things in terms of cybersecurity that will kind of help you clean up your social network to be able to be out there and make it work for you, right? And again, still under me, I'm going to be helping all our trainees and our alumni to organize our 5 years anniversary, which is coming up pretty soon. And of course, with our Almighty Summit, right? So we're going to have a summit next year. I don't think that this batch at that time will already be an alumni. So you guys will be alumni. You will come to our summit, and which will be a networking event. So I'm going to work on that, and it's going to be huge, right? And we'll take it to another level from what we had last year. Now this year, the Directorate of Public Relations, we embarked on an assignment to set up and have partnerships. So this year we're working on our partnerships. So one of the advantages that you are coming into this batch is that you will have an opportunity to rub shoulders with our network partners who will be maybe sharing tips and maybe holding webinars and seminars to give you more options in IT, because in IT there is that thing a Frenchman will call un peu de tout, which means a bit of everything. Sometimes you need to have multiple skills to be able to penetrate the market. So you are on the right footing. You made the right decision to be here today, and it is my prayer and my wish that you put in the work, and of course as you follow our directions throughout this program. Again, I'm also going to be teaching. So you're going to see me throughout the program for those that will be in Central and Eastern Standard Time. Maybe I'll pop in GMT time once in a while if the president for Africa and Europe allow me. But yeah, I will be your guide to go to questions, and you can contact us at any time with any questions, laptops, if you have problems. I'm also your to-go-to person to troubleshoot that, of course, alongside with Mr. Cyprian and other people. So thank you so much for making that great decision for joining us. And again, welcome to Cavitech. The ride is going to be at some point bumpy. I'll be honest with you. And that is what we do at Cavitech. We speak the truth. We do what we need to do to make sure that you're having an honest information, right? So the ride is going to be bumpy at some point, but please stick to us, stick to the plan. And at the end, you will be all smiling and happy. Thank you and welcome again.
Thank you, Mr. Milton, so much, sir. Thank you for everything you do. And of course, you guys have been seeing all the awesome communication going on in the forum, and you guys are being informed and notified on everything that's happening on Cavitech, and you are fully aware of everything. We make sure that you don't miss on any information. And this would not have been possible without Vandeline and her team, who's doing awesome, making sure that you guys stay alert, abreast with all the current happenings at Cavitech. Yes, Vandeline, please. Who is our director of communication and our powerful team that is doing awesome in the background to make sure that you see everything that you're doing at Cavitech. Yes.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you so much, everyone. It's a pleasure having you all here tonight. We are always excited to see so many curious faces, but of course, everything has been said, and so many people can be wrong at once, right? So if you're here today, you definitely heard something about us that is of interest to you. And of course, we can only promise to deliver what you heard about us. We can only promise to provide the results that you are expecting. So you're in the right place, guys. Welcome, take a warm seat. And if you permit, just give me 1 second and I'll share my screen and we go through something really interesting. So if you can see my screen, I just want to start by congratulating all our DBAs who will be joining us. So guys, take a warm seat. It's going to be a warm evening in the company of some amazing people who keep doing Cavitech proud, guys. We are going to see all of them tonight. You're going to hear their stories and you're going to be reassured that you're not here for nothing. You're here because we have done this for multiple people and we are still doing it today. And you just might be the next person. So stay tuned, guys. There's a lot coming that you'd be interested in knowing. And of course, we want you to stay connected to our community. You've got the information from Doctor already. Our SQL Server Database Administration class starts on the 8th of April, Microsoft Azure on the 24th of April, and Amazon Web Services is yet to be announced. So if you were interested in any of these flyers, if you haven't had them yet, just indicate by hand show and we will definitely provide them to you for more information. To any of your siblings, friends, whoever might be interested in this program, just let us know and we'll provide you with a copy. And it is a real pleasure having you, but we are just gonna ask you one favor. I mean, we have 100, how many people do we have here right now, Doc? 106.
26.
186, guys. So for us, we do all of this for free, right? We orientate you for free. We let you know about the possibilities you can have in this IT world, guys. But we just ask one little favor, is to follow us on social media. Follow us on all of our platforms, guys, to get more information, what is happening on the field, to know about the opportunities that are out there for you. We have all of these out on our platforms on a daily basis. These platforms are updated as soon as there's something new, they are updated on there, guys. So Facebook, our website, Instagram, Twitter more recently, and we are even on TikTok, guys. That's really interesting. So if you are on any of these platforms, just take out your phone, give us a follow, drop a nice word out there for us if you're benefiting from anything that we do to the community, or even if your family member or friends are benefiting, guys, just drop a word because that is really, really helpful in expanding our visibility and in, of course, supporting us as an institution to get verified out there. This is really important. And I'll just plead with all of you. I am sure we are in the information age, right? We all have our phones. So if you give me 1 second, maybe we just go with Facebook. Everyone has Facebook on their phones. So if you just take Facebook, Kiawi Tech Academy, guys, just give us a follow and then we'll go from there. We would really appreciate. So, of course, it's a great pleasure once again to be in your company. Stay tuned. We have a lot of information coming your way, and we promise you a great journey together if you take the decision today. So you're in the right place, you have the right people, you can never go wrong. Thank you so much, Doc. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much, Vandeline. We appreciate everything that you and your team are doing and to help us with this. Make sure our trainees are constantly informed. They don't miss out on any valuable information. Of course, we did mention the fact that based on the country of the origin, you either automatically get a partial scholarship from Kiawi Tech through the Kiawi Foundation, or a full scholarship based on your financial need. But I'm not the right person to actually explain this. I'll let the president of Kiawi Foundation actually give you an overview of what the foundation is all about, what we really do there, and how we also help trainees in Kiawi Tech's mission statement. Yes, I'll give that to the president of Kiawi Foundation to explain that more.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you so much. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to today's orientation. So I am Dr. Gepu and the president of the Kiawi Foundation. So the Kiawi Foundation actually has a lot of services that we cover, but today I'm going to dive with something that relates directly to Kiawi Tech. So with the Kiawi Foundation sponsors students from Kiawi Tech IT Academy. And if you're coming from Africa, you automatically, by default, have a partial scholarship, right? And the full scholarship or partial scholarship may go to anyone who applies and shows interest or tells us their story of why they are going through financial constraints. And we would sit down as a scholarship board and look into that. So I'm going to share my screen and take a rundown on where to find that application, what website to first of all go to find that application, what to do. And after that, well, I'll actually show you how to donate to the Kiawi Foundation, right? So for us to sponsor these students, we have people donating. And a lot of those individuals donating are alumni. So Kiawi Tech alumni, some of them actually come forward. Some give a percentage of their first pay. Some donate in any way they want to. Some actually give laptops, right? So students in Africa are struggling with actually having that laptop. So if you need a laptop that requires a RAM of 16 gigabytes or storage of 500 gigabytes or above, at least someone can donate that, right? You can have an alumni who would donate that, or just someone from the community or out of the community, free will donation would just give that to that student. And someone can actually come in and donate and say, okay, in as much as I want to offer a laptop or give them that partial scholarship, they may not have internet. So someone can actually come in and donate and sponsor that internet service for 6 to 8 months that a student will be part of our program. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen so I take a rundown on what that looks like on our internet. So let's see. Please let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, so this is the homepage. So you go to www.kiawi.org. Again, www.kiawi.org. So when you go to this homepage, you scroll all the way down and you click on scholarship. So when you click on scholarship, it has that application form in there for you. So you just put in your basic information, your first name, last name, all that information in there. You come in and you select, you tell us what your highest level of education, and you tell us what program you want to cover. We just recently got partnership to do IBM Guardian. So that's going to be added in here. So you pick what program you want to study. Now, if you're applying from Africa, automatically you're granted partial scholarship. That's by default. So, hey, I may want to move to Africa to take this program, right? Okay, that's just a joke. So just click partial scholarship and then you move down. Now, if you're someone who is going through any financial constraint, right? In as you may not be from Africa, but any part of the world, and you're going through financial constraint and you may require full scholarship or partial scholarship, you put that in there. But guess what? You'll have to tell us why you need that tuition scholarship, right? Because the scholarship board sits down and we go over these applications and discuss who is most, who needs this more, right? So we sit down and have that discussion. So this is where you sell yourself, just like you sell yourself to get a job. This is where you sell yourself to tell us why you think you should be the person picked for that full scholarship. And then you coming down, there are more information in here for you to put. Now, this is where we know if you have a laptop that is required for you to take your SQL Server database, right? If you're doing a cloud computing program, you may not really need the specifications because you don't have much stored on your computer. But if you're doing your database administration program, yes, you do require that 16 gigabyte of RAM and 500 gigabyte of storage. So this is where you let us know if you have that or not, so we can prepare towards that. And then you just fill out all that information and you click submit. Right now, if you're an alumni or out of the community and you want to donate, right? If you want to sponsor a student, now we do have people who donate and they want to be part of that student's education. So what do I mean by that? So someone can donate to that student. Let's say someone comes in, you have $10, $15, $30, or you want to make a customized donation, right? So I come in and I put, let's say I want to donate $500. So you put your $500 in there. Now remember, $500 is going to sponsor a student in Africa for the entire program, right? So just giving $500 to the foundation, you're already sponsoring a student. Now you do have someone who would want to be part of that student's life, right? To see if that student is actually making use of that money, right? And it's a fulfillment. So just imagine if I sponsor a student through a program and I see them doing well in the program, it motivates me to even sponsor more students, right? I guess it would motivate you as well. So you come in here, put your full name, your email, your phone number, your country. Now here in your message, you put, I'm donating $500 and I want that $500 to sponsor a student. You can be specific in this message. I want that $500 to sponsor a student from Africa. Now in here, in the additional notes, you can specify, I do want to be part of that student life. So student's life. So let's say you go through the program and you have a capstone and you're doing a presentation. That sponsor will come in and watch you present to see how well you have done. And you have cases where that sponsor can actually see how well you're doing in the program and will want to maybe take care of your internet or take care of your laptop. So this can go in many dimensions, right, guys? So it's good to, make good use of this. And we look forward to seeing you. Thank you so much, everyone. And thank you, Doc.
Thank you so much, April, for that. And of course, we did mention that when you go through this training, we have a powerful team of senior instructors that come in and really help you navigate and gain a digital footprint in the job market. I understand the right thing to do. I mean, I'm not the right person to better explain this to you than the interview coordinator chairperson and the co-chair, and there are no other two persons than Emmanuel and Norris. So the two people that are actually coordinating this interview training, and they will be the better one to welcome you and tell you exactly what is expected when you are done with the training. Emma, if you're there, please go ahead. Yeah, you are muted. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Doctor. Sorry, I was talking a little bit muted.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. My name is Emmanuel J. I'm gonna be part of the interview coordinated team. We're gonna be training you guys after you must have finished your training. We're gonna help you in a lot in preparation for your first six-figure job. So our part is one of the most interesting but most challenging part of your training, because that's where the anxiety rests off, right? That's where you will be in a class with somebody in the evening and the next morning you see him on the status like, yeah, congratulations. So it's one of the most serious part of the training that you guys are gonna need to pay a lot of attention while in class, because we're gonna drill you guys on everything that you've been taught in class in our session. So not to take a lot of time in this program, I just want to introduce to you ourselves. and just tell you guys what a little bit of what we'll be doing, and let Norris also introduce himself, and then we'll meet you there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Emma.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir, for the great work at the interview phase. Yes. Yes, Norris, please go ahead.
Guys, thank you, Doctor. Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. My name is Norris Akosa. I'm based in Houston, Texas. I am a SQL Server DBA with Wells Fargo Bank. So I'm just coming in today to just encourage you guys that you guys are at the right place. We have been running this show for a very long time, and I know most of you might have been referred to this program by friends, families. I will assure you that this is the right place. They did not do bad to refer you guys here. And just like Emmanuel said, our part will be the second part of the training, because we have this training in 2 parts. After your 6 months, you guys will pass over to myself and Emmanuel, where we are drilling you guys with the interview preparations. It will be an interactive session where, like unlike the first session, you guys will listen to Mr. Newton, Dr. Elvis, and everybody talk, but in our own part, we'll be having a conversation. Like we'll do, like, if during the part, we always encourage, just always go to the YouTube and look, just like a SQL Server interview, see what happens there. That's exactly what we'll be doing. Like we'll just come and put you on a video just like we are right now and ask you questions. You guys talk to us and tell us how you can make things work while you're working. So it will be a fun part. That part will only be for like 3 months or 2 months most of the times. And we'll really encourage everybody to work and strive for that part, because it's the most interesting part, where, just like Emma said, that part actually happens on Wednesdays and Thursdays. You're in the class today, and the next morning, boom, yeah, everybody's posting your teammate, congratulations, you just hit a 6-figure job. It can be you, it can be everybody. So guys, I just want to encourage you guys today that you guys are at the right place at the right time. Work with us, give us your 50%. We're going to give you our 50% so that you can get these 6-figure jobs and better yourself, better your families. Thank you guys for coming, and we'll keep in touch.
Thank you so much, Norris and Emma, sir, wonderful team, great work. You see us posting every time. This person has got a job, 6 figures. There are a lot of people that are in the background that you never get to see them most of the time while doing the training. You only get to see them when you get to that most critical phase, and those are them. He works with a whole big team. I'm just bringing 2 of them today. You're going to see all of them once we get into the interview phase of your training. And of course, you can see here, Maxime is tuning in right from Douala. That's our senior instructor right from Douala, where he is in class with a lot of other students, trying to inspire them to understand the technologies that they are actually teaching here. Maxime, why don't you say a word, and we welcome the students. I see them in your background.
Hey, Doc, once again, good evening. This class, we are joined here from Douala, IUT Douala. You know, last time you came here, we had a seminar with them, and we had a tour in the various university, IUT and Polytech Douala. So here we're welcome to watch this session we're having around orientation. So I had to tell them, and they were so prepared. It's projected right there, and they are seeing how everything is going. They are so interested in the course about the database administration, which is a new technology here. You know, I've been taught of so many old things here. When they hear of this type of new things like this, they are so happy to get this. So guys, I'll be an instructor. I'm Maxime. Those who take the course in let me say the Europe and the African time zone, you will be seeing this my face most often, and this is the best place to be in terms of high tech. Thank you so much. There's so much noise at the background. Let's continue this way.
Thank you so much, Maxime, and thank you for making it possible for the student to witness this live. I know with the internet challenges back home, sometimes having it individually at home is difficult. So you organizing that and helping them to witness this live is really awesome. We thank you so much for that. Of course, we do have today a lot of our trainees that have also gone through this training. They have actually witnessed how this training is, and of course, they will be talking to you today. Of course, also, when you are going through this training, we are constantly providing you support to make sure that if a question is asked in class, you don't have the answer, someone is still there to help you answer them. I'm going to bring in Zelda here, who has been doing very well also recently, helping the trainees that have questions. She's also an alumni of Kia We Take and went through a similar training like you guys. And today she's able to give back in just helping the trainees understand the challenges, because she was also in that situation. And there's so many other people like that that I'm unable not going to bring it today, but you'll be seeing them as we go on. Yes, Zelda, please go ahead.
Thank you much, Doc, for giving me the opportunity. My name is Zelda. I'm here in Germany. I went through this course for the past 1 year, and I've been working as a database administrator here in Germany. And for those of you based in Europe and Africa, you will definitely get to know more about me. Background support for those who are facing difficulties in class and having issues troubleshooting. So you get to know more about me. So I will not take so much time because we are already an hour and above. But I would like to tell you that it's not going to be an easy journey, but we have to be committed to the journey from the right. I didn't have it easy with me. Of course, I was a full-time worker, a mother, and also alumni, but then I still went through this training. So you guys will have to work extremely hard. And of course, you are never let alone. There are always so many people to help you. For those based in Africa and Europe, going through the for my offer letter, you all equally get to know me, and will give you the maximum support that you actually deserve. Thank you so much, Doc. I won't take so much of your time. Yes, over to you.
Thank you so much, Zelda, for that. And I'm going to give room now for you to listen to some of our trainees, of course, our most recent DBAs that have gone through this training, and you could see them on the flyer, and how their experience was here at Kia We Take. If they were to look back 6 months back when they started this training and they were on orientation like that, what advice will they be giving you that you are sitting there right now? And how their journey was, and just to help you guys get some level of motivation as you embark on this journey. I'm going to be starting off with Uwa Godwin, one person that has really done a lot. If you're watching our YouTube channel, you see him also coming back and teaching trainees. He even started teaching when he was still trying to get a job. You can see the level of sacrifice that someone is willing to give back, even when they're also in that shoe of struggling to get a job. And I'm so grateful that God actually could not just let him like that. He blessed him with a powerful job, and he's doing very well out there. Owa, please, why don't you just go ahead and just pour it out? Let's hear from you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you and welcome to Kia We Take. Well, if you're going to join us, you're going to be seeing my face often because I'm going to be part of you, the Open My Offer letter. So you guys are going to also be seeing my face often there. The truth is, I am a motivational pastor, all right? So I'm going to motivate you when you come there. And I can assure you that the next step will not be very far from you. That is the step of getting a job. Wherever you are, I assure you, you're going to get a job. If you're in Nigeria, I am from Nigeria, you're going to get a job. If you are in Cameroon or Ghana, you're going to get a job. What you need here is faith and much more commitment. If anybody tell you here that it's going to be easy, he is lying to you. You better leave now and take your money back if you think it's easy. It is true that this is not a journey for children. This is not a journey for people that has faint heart. It is a journey for people that are serious. It is a journey for matured minds. It is a journey that you want to take to change your life, your family's life. And that is what matters here. I have met people in my job that have been doing this for 20 years, 24 years experience, and they have never regretted it, you know. So my boss has been doing this for 26 years. And I ask her, what is your motivational factor? And she says, this is the best job in the world because it gives you ability to do anything. You know, you can do side hustle, you can do a lot of things at the same time. Only what is needed is for you to know it. This job is just like mechanic work. That is the best analogy for it. In mechanic, you cannot open a mechanic shop without knowing what you're doing. If you don't know it, the person is going to take his car to another shop. That is how this job is. What you need is here, and concentration is consistency. If you are not consistent, because you cannot know everything, trust me, you cannot. That is why you have me, you have Zelda, you have all those lecturers that are going to be helping you, because your consistencies is only what you need. Your ability to say, I am going to get it, that is all you need. When I came first, I only had the advantage of my friends already had a job. That's the advantage I had more than everyone else, because it is very easy for you to get dissuaded when you come here at Kawi Tech. Some people in your group, they are going to fall aside and you are going to look that way. You are going to say, why don't I just leave? It's the same thing. But if you leave, your career and your dream dies with you. So don't do that. Don't die. All right. What you need is consistency, push through. When you push through, you will meet us here and we will be here to help you. That's all you need. So we'll be waiting for you. Congratulations for coming. And trust me, go and get a second screen. If you don't have that, go and get it now, because this is not going to be sweet to you if you don't have a second screen. It's going to be like a joke. So we are not joking here. I told you before, it's a mature thing. If you are a kid, go and collect your money back. Just bring your strong mind and come and learn and get what you are supposed to get. Congratulations, guys.
Oh, thank you so much. I like that screen part, you know, because we have been sending that out in the forum and informing people the right laptop and hardware specification that they need to have for this training, and hearing it from somebody who graduated and is sitting on the other side, haven't gotten a job in the job market, says it all, right? You need to be serious about it, because we are serious here. We are not here to waste your time. We want to make sure that you do succeed in what we're doing here. All right, so I'm going to move on to the next newbies also, people that are actually doing very well. And that's Olivia, our most recent graduate as well, that recently got a job. Yes, Olivia.
Hey, everyone, and welcome to Kiawi Tech IT Academy. I'm telling you, you're in the best place that you could be at. And here's why. The syllabus, the way it's structured, the way it progresses, and then the depth of knowledge that each of the instructors have, you know, it's deep. What I will add to what everybody has said is, and it's just reiterating the same information, you have to focus. The amount of time that's allocated for whatever schedule you've selected, you know, double that for your own progress. Because here's what will happen when you get the job. It's not going to be exactly like the way you set up, let's say, your VMs or your environment on your local computer. but the concept and the technology will be the same. But the way they set it up at your job when you get it, you know, you might have to access it through a different systems or when you remote into it. So if you are not aware of the concepts of or what you do when you get in there, it will make it even more difficult because now you're trying to catch up on your learning and you're trying to learn the new things that are happening within your environment. So focus. If you don't understand something, ask. If you missed a class, catch up as quickly as possible. Don't get left behind. Just consider that you're in a, you know, in a marathon. You can't stop. If you stop, you get left behind. And just remember that some of the people that tend to benefit the most from you getting that job at the end, they tend to be the ones that, you know, sometimes become the ones that distract you the most. So your children, your family, you know, your friends, the people that are going to benefit the most from you getting a better job, they're the people that are also the ones that are capable of distracting you more than anybody else. So you really need to have, you know, a come to Jesus meeting with your family, make them understand what it is you're trying to achieve. And also consider this as, if you're getting 5 years experience from 6 months of training, it means it's a shortcut. So you can't shortcut the shortcut. You have to do everything. You know, you can't try to find another way to get there. The first source of information is your instructors. Anything else that you get on YouTube and everywhere else, all these other places, should be something that's adding on to what your instructors have taught you. So that's what I would just like to encourage everybody that's considering it. I'm very happy. I didn't have any IT background, but I was able to transition from, you know, just a low-level position to a position that was initially, you know, advertised as a VP level database administrator position. And I mean, they had to make some changes just to be able to hire me, but they were not willing to let me go because of the knowledge that I had from the training at Kiawe Tech. So good luck, everybody. And I hope that helps somebody.
Thank you so much, Olivia. Very inspiring. I always like to hear you talk. I know how hardworking you were when you were a student at Kiawe Tech, and I'm so happy to see where you are today. And I pray that success continues with you. And we'll be seeing you around. And please feel free to come back at any time and mentor these newbies that are coming in right now. Okay?
Absolutely.
All right. So why don't we hear from Valentine as well? Valentine, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. I really appreciate you and the staff of Kiawe Tech for every single thing they did during our training. I mean, they have always been there from the one up to this present moment where we can, for me, example, I can call myself a DBA, not only a DBA or a junior DBA or a senior DBA. Actually, someone with zero IT knowledge, I moved to the United States like 5 years ago, and I'll be working in the healthcare sector. I was told that this is the only place, this is the only area where you can have money, you can make good money here. And based on that knowledge, I've been working there, killing myself, thinking that that is the only place that I'm going to get the money that I've been looking for. So I had this friend of mine, she was like, come on, man, let's try this. There's this program that is being organized. It's an IT program. Let's just give it a try. And that's Aaron's wife. We're in the same state. I tried it, I applied it, she forced me into it, I went through it. I was like, okay, now this lady is really pushing me to get into this program. I had zero IT knowledge. I remember Mr. Zeb, one of our professors, our teacher, he was the one who took us from the basic training, click here. We're not even able to move a mouse. We could not do anything with our computer. Even to share our screen was a problem. So, but I did not give up in the process. I mean, the teachers were there, Dr. Dennis, he will encourage us. In fact, when we have, I can say that this school has the best teachers in the whole world. That's what I can say. Myself, I did education back in Cameroon. I can tell you who is a good teacher, who is not a good teacher. We have quality teachers here. I mean, when the teacher is teaching, he's able to call the names of the students. Perhaps some of them may be sleeping. Like me, for example, when I come back from work, I'm so tired. But when I hear one of my teachers calling my name, Valentine, Valentine, are you there? I say, yes, sir, I'm here. It's okay. He will continue. He will never come to class without calling the student name. He makes sure he call every student by their name, answer a question. That was a motivational factor to me. They really stood by me. They motivated me up to the point where even when I finished a program, they had to give us like an interview session where we are asked questions. In fact, even the application, even when you're applying for the job, the teachers are asking you, how many jobs have you applied? I remember Dr. Dennis asking me, Valentine, how many jobs have you applied? I told him I've applied for 100. He said, no, that's not enough. Apply for more. I said, what? And then if somebody is telling you it's going to be that easy, please, I will tell you, no, it will not be that easy. Just prepare yourself, make sure you have the time to practice, to do everything that the teachers are telling you to do. And I bet you, you will emerge victorious in this course and you will never regret it. Trust me, I'm telling you, I'm somebody who has faith in every single thing I'm doing, and I put in my very best. I make sure I do what I'm supposed to do at my own individual level, as well as group level. My group members were so outstanding. They really helped me a lot. They motivated me. When I fell down at one point in time, to be there to encourage me for come on, Valentine. We have gone through this. Let's keep going to the end. That was also another reason why I kept holding on to it. I said to myself, even if I have to finish this program without me having a job, no problem. I have to finish, I have to go through this program to the end. So those were the things that really motivated me. And finally, I got myself a job, a very wonderful job. I just want to thank God. I want to thank the teachers. I want to thank my fellow trainees, my fellow senior database administrators, the teachers, Mr. Milton, Mr. Cyprian, all the teachers. I mean, I cannot forget Mr. Maxime, who is in Douala. He was always, I remember when he was teaching us one of the technology here, which is always on. That was one of the main reasons why I was hired in my environment, because they had a very big issue with their always on data wasn't synchronizing. But within my 10 days of hire as a database administrator, that was fixed and everything is going on well. I just want to encourage somebody that it is not a scam. We are not here, these great men, these are people with PhDs and high-level professors in big universities. They are not here to scam anybody, but I just want to tell you that please trust on this process, put in your best, and you have the result. Thank you, Doctor. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for that wonderful story. We're so happy to see where you are today and see how this program has actually transformed your life. We're so happy that you believe in the process, because that's the first thing. You know, you believe, you gave us that opportunity to impact this knowledge in you, and today you are doing very well. So thank you so much, sir, and we wish you all the best. All right, so now let's hear from C, please. I know a lot of people here are French speaking, and they might feel like this program is without a proper language, mastering of language, you may not really go through it, but we keep proving people wrong. And Simplice is not the first person that is of French background that will train so many others, but he's the most recent one that we put in the job market. I would like just want to hear from him how his experience was, how is he doing today, and what will he tell the people that are actually in the call today. Yes, sir, please.
Thank you so much, Doc, for this opportunity. Once more, you are giving to me to share my experience with the Kiawi Tech Academy training. Just around last year, at this proper time, just to share my experience, I was working with Walmart, and my situation was $15 per hour. I just met somebody, Kevin, who passed through the same training, and she strongly advised me to just give a try. What I did, we started this training last year around March, and presently I am a DBA, a very strong DBA that is really solving issue at work. Just of recent yesterday, I solved a problem, a ticket that was open since 2002 because of the patching issue, and they were not able to solve the issue, but I successfully solved it. because of this training we receive here. And close to that, my figure, my salary has doubled, triple, even more than triple. Now I'm making close to 50 per hour. This is thanks to Kiawi Tech Academy IT. I'm very happy. I can fly from Texas to Chicago like somebody who has been working for 10 years in America right now. Because now I'm working in Chicago, I'm talking now in Texas because I just fly back to greet my family. I'm taking a flight like I'm just taking Uber right now. Thank you so much for this community. And just to mention that there's no gap here in Kiawi Tech between the training and what you are going to face in your job market. Talking about the software like a Windows Server, like a SQL Server itself, like a Jira, ServiceNow, Outlook, what you are going to face here as software is the same thing you are going to meet in your environment. There is no difference. You see me after passing only 6 months of training, I can solve an issue that the DBA who have been working for 10 years could not solve. Just, yeah, you see, it's really practical issue here, guys. And I am from a French background, but here am I right now, speaking like somebody who knows English. Thank you so much. I encourage all of you to take that bold step. If you cannot even write English, go ahead and try. Just be bold and take this step of faith and you are going to make it. Thank you so much, Doc. I encourage all of you to register for this course. I will never regret. Like me, I'm so happy right now. Thank you so much for this community.
Are you going to pay my flight too? I need to take flight like Uber.
Thank you. Thank you, Simplice. You can reach out to Graham below later on and answer that question. But we're so happy for you, Simplice. I'm so happy to see how your life has been transformed. I like to see the way you were some few months back and the way you are today. And even throughout the training, I knew that you were going to get to it, right? You were very serious. Those who know you that were in the same class with you will say that you were serious. You were always on video, always asking questions, always being inquisitive. And that's all, right? You're coming to learn something new. You've never been doing IT before. Why don't you just ask all the questions that you can ever think of? Learn ahead of time. We will provide you a link to video to watch ahead of time. Learn, and you see that the process will go very fast. Some of you might see this 6 months and think that it's very long. But in the twinkle of an eye, we're already in October and it's done. And then you start regretting, what if I had just taken that decision and take the training? I would have been done by now. I have people here that have said that over and over to me, like, I wish I listened when you told me that first time. Now I'm coming back after 3-4 batches. They have been working for so long. So if this really resonates and you feel like you want to do it, just do it. Just do it. And you're still young and it's okay to make mistakes. If you do it at the end, it turns out that it was not the right thing, it is still okay. You still have enough time to catch up on that. But I can promise you that it will not be the right, it will not be the wrong thing for you. It will be the right thing that you have chosen for your life. Well, why don't we hear from Elvis? That's one of our trainees too that is doing very well. Elvis, are you there? Elvis Tasse?
I'm here, Doc.
Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you, Doc, for this opportunity to be able to speak today. It's a real honor for me, and I want to greet everyone who is signing today. I was from batch 12, and as you can see, I just want to tell you, look at my background. This is the background we had for our capstone project. So I am putting it up because I want to give respect to my subgroup members, because we are still family. Even right now, we still communicate, we share ideas. And that's my first message to everyone who is signing in for this program. Know that you are coming to make a family, because this IT field is so big and you will always lean on each other's shoulder. And that's what we're doing right now in the field. And because of that, things are so easy. You don't find yourself stranded and there's no one to help. So with that said, I'll go forward. Yeah, so that's my background. So I will want to say some things I like to talk in point form, because I like people, at least, if you can't get everything, get a point. So this program, as you've been hearing about, for other people have talked about it, they say it's not going to be easy. True, it's not going to be easy, but I know a lot of people will be wondering, but what is it about this program that is not going to be easy? Don't be afraid. They are preparing your mind because they want you to know that there is something you will need to do. Now, we all, if you see a skyscraper and you are not an architect, you will be wondering, how did they build this house that is standing on one pillar or things like that? But when you get to the architect and they give you some baseline, you will know exactly what to do, how to calculate it. And when you know that problem is solved, you will now see that that thing was not that mysterious after all. That is how this program is. And so when they're saying the difficulties that are awaiting, let me just put some that I face, which have become a blessing for me. When we started this program, my laptop kept failing me. They installed SQL. I had to install my own uninstall like 20 times. It wasn't going. Everyone was ahead of me. I had another person who were two of us that were facing this issue. And so we became friends because we had a similar problem. So now the difference is I struggled with mine until I even had to go back to the person I bought the laptop and they changed the laptop and I followed up and I catched up. But that other person fell back and I think she dropped out of the program. So I want to prepare your mind to know when they say challenges, you will have challenges maybe with your laptop. Do not give up. Look for a way around it. Solve it. You will have challenges when it comes to maybe time because you will have program for 3 hours. Sometime when they finish, you have to meet with your subgroup to be able to have the concept clear in you. Those are the challenges they are meaning. It is not something different from this. And when you have your boots ready for these challenges, if you know the mountain you are about to climb, you know the kind of shoe to wear, challenges become so easy for you. So just be ready to face all of these things that we are talking about. And let me tell you that SQL Server that I struggled from the beginning of the project and finally became so good at it. When I went to this job, that is the first project I did. I installed 2 instances within the first week. When I just reached there, they had instances they wanted to build up for some developers. So they said, have you ever installed SQL? I said, yeah, that's something I'm very used to. Now, my knowledge came from that very first difficulty I had. It was preparing me for something. So just know that difficulties are always a blessing in disguise, if only you open your eyes to see it. That's the first point. Don't give away your challenges, but face it until you are able to challenge the challenge. Then you have won. Now, the second point is this. While you are coming in, I know we have people from different backgrounds coming in with different standards in academics. I came in, I was a health professional. I have my master's degrees in public health, and I was doing well. But when I heard about this, I said, but sometimes what you think is the best is not always the best after all. Try the other one. I laid it down and I humbled myself. Why I'm saying this is because I want to tell everyone who's coming in, whatever background you have, if you are coming into this, humble yourself. Because if you do not humble yourself, when you will be with your group members, you will be with the class, you will always be shy to ask some question you think that is stupid, you will belittle yourself. Don't do that. That will be a very big mistake. And you will go with ignorance. And that is how you have started failing from day one. Because that's my second point. My third point, which I'm linking to this one, is that this program is all about practice. Nobody's ever going to hire you to come and be giving lecture in their workplace about what you learn. No, they expect you to come, sit down, open the computer, go to where you want to go, solve the problem they want you to solve. And that will start right from the interview. Some interviews now are becoming so challenging that they even want people to really come on site and do the practice. How will you do practice if you have not been doing it? And just to make that point very clearly, when you start on day one, the very simple exercises they start doing in class, pick it from there. If you do not succeed in class, after that, do not say, I will do it tomorrow. Do not procrastinate. When the course is, when they end the class.
Doesn't mean you have to be there.
Sorry, I think there was some interference. Yes. So, yeah, I was saying it is about practice. Anything they say in class, do it. If you can't do it there after the class, try to do it until you do it. If you still can't do it, reach out to somebody, because that concept will be only a building block for another thing that you will do the next day. And if you miss that one, the next day you will be lost. And very soon you start seeing yourself moving back because you'll be like, oh, if I ask this thing, it may be embarrassing. People had moved on. So do not let it stay. Solve it. Do it. Practice it. When you practice, it is a foundation which they are putting for every one of us. You will have a lot to add on it because, as I say, it's a very big field. When you know those ones that are giving us, you will see that they have given you the whole skeleton. You have the whole structure, and you'll be able to now be adding things on it and getting better and better every day. So it is practice.
And so I've met 3 points. These are the points that I think they helped me so much. I completed in batch 12, and at the end of the boot camp, I had 2 jobs standing in front of me. I was now confused which one to choose, and I finally choose one. Now I am a DBA working at the bank, one of the oldest banks in Des Moines, which is the capital of Iowa. So I am the DBA there, and really my standard has changed. As Simply said earlier, he now takes plane like an Uber. Uber is like taxi in America. It's taxi. Me, my family is in Illinois, and I go over there and I come back here every weekend. I am telling you, this thing is life-changing, but you have to be committed. There's nothing good that is not hard to get. Otherwise, beggars will just pick the whole thing. That is why hard things, you have to be hard to get it. So I am encouraging every one of you, the difficulties are ahead, but you are up to the task. Just follow these simple processes and stick to it. Don't give up on your challenges. And before you know it, you will also be saying the same story that we're saying now in 6 months. So I encourage all of you, you are in the right place. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Elvis. So inspiring, so powerful message out there. I hope that those that are coming in are taking it serious. They have learned from your inspiration, and they're going to make absolutely good use of it. As we have been talking, I mean, we know very well that you guys are boiling with questions. You can use the chat to ask your question. You can also use the opportunity right now to ask your question. So we're going to give you room to ask your question. And before you do that, let me actually share my screen and do the. I just want to give Milton, I think he missed when he was talking about it, he did not talk about certification. Milton, why don't you say something about that certification before I move on?
Sure. Thank you, Doctor, for that one moment. I would like to talk about certification because some of the aspiring trainees, some of them already reach out to me to talk about, ask questions about certification. So let me just quickly say this. One, first and foremost, when you graduate, when you leave Kawi Tech, someone was asking whether will you have a certification offered by Kawi Tech? The answer to that question is yes. Kawi Tech will give you a certification. However, you have to apply for it, right? Because when you apply for that certification, it goes through, there's a process that we have to go through. You will go through the director of programs to make sure that you attended at least 80 or 90% of your classes. There's a criteria for that. Make sure they also did all your projects, like Olivier and Simplice have already said. We are not here joking, we might be smiling, but trust me, you'll meet us in class, huh? And you have to do the projects, one project every month. So get ready, guys, and you will have to do all those. I think you can only miss one project, or you cannot miss a project at all to qualify for our certificate. And thirdly, you also make sure that you must have paid our fees. We cannot forget that part. So we'll look at that. So once you fulfill all that requirement, you'll be able to have a certificate of completion from Kawi Tech. Remember, I mentioned that we are now partnering, right? And just so you know, without letting the cat out of the bag, we're going international. We're going international and looking for affiliations too. So whatever certificate we have to give you that comes from Kawi Tech, our partners has to also have maybe review it, and it will be acceptable in some part of the world, right? That's number one. Number two, Microsoft has deprecated the MTA and the MCSA exams that we used to have our trainees do tech. However, the only reason why they're doing so is because they want to force everyone to go cloud. I want you to understand this, guys, and I want to make sure I answer questions in this area because this is very important. The future is data and cloud. That's the future. We can take it or leave it. Therefore, Microsoft wants everyone to move their data to cloud. And in that light, they have changed the certifications that you have to take from AZ 900 to AZ 104, AZ 303, and all of that, which is all Azure, which is the cloud part of it. So when you go through our program and do the introduction to Azure, you'll be able to take at least one of the introductory entry-level certifications for Microsoft Azure, like the 104, and we have the study material for it. So, but again, we are not going to grant you access to that study material until you successfully completed your 6-month course, and then you're moving into Azure so that you can be able to take that certification. That said, Doc, I have a lot more to talk about certification, but I'll prefer to answer questions, or when we start our program, I can have one-on-one mentoring for those that want to look at certification. But the important thing I want to mention here is that we do not just offer this certification. We go out there, we actually ask questions. We look at what we call industry standard certifications. We talk with companies, we talk with corporate America, we know what they want. Because if you just go Google, you will see thousands, hundreds, if not thousands of certifications out there. But which ones are tailored towards the industry standard that is needed is where my office as a director of public relations comes in. Okay, we know what they need, and and another important thing in relation to that, when we do that research and we know what the industry standard do, we also edit our course curriculum. And that's what makes us the best. As Kiawi Tech, our curriculum is being looked upon once every year. Once every year, at the end of the year, the board of trustees and top management sit and look at it. If there's some things that are taken out, they'll take out. Olivia will tell you, we took out database mirroring. True, of course, Olivia. We don't longer teach database mirroring. We don't see it. Companies don't really use it anymore. Even companies that are using it are moving away from it. And we teach you always on as an example. We do that so that our students can become competitive out there in the job market. So thank you so much, Doc, for that one moment, but I wanted to make sure that they understand that part of certification.
So much, Milton. Great overview there on certification. But guys, throughout the training, if you have any questions related to that, you know who to contact. You can reach out to them, and then he can better give you clarification on anything that that you are still missing. Right? I want to talk about cost, because I know we didn't talk about this, but this is the cost of our training. As you can see here, this training costs for Microsoft SQL Server, it costs $3,500. That is how much we charge for this 8 months training that we're going to be training you. For those of you who went through our preparatory class, the 1 month preparatory class, there's an additional $250 that was added to those in the Western world today. Right? So this is going to be the training, the cost. You can pay this by a down payment of $1,000, and then every month you pay $500. Okay. If you do this, there is no discount for you. It means you are financing this for 6 months. This payment is due April 15. So you have from now to April 15 to make up your mind if you want to do it, yes or no. We have to order your licenses, and we have to do that before you go ahead with the training. Okay, so make sure you do so by April 15. You can also do a one-time payment, which is due by the end of this month, April 30th, which will save you about $350. That's 10% of the price. If you decide that, well, I don't want to take to finance this for 6 months, I'm just going to pay it once, we're going to deduct $350 for you. You can also say, I'm going to pay two installments. This is due by, the last installment should have been paid by May 31st, right? We will deduct 5% of that cost for you at $175, right? Now, those who are in Africa, you can see this is the price that those in the Western world are paying. But through the foundation, we did mention already that you get a deduction, all right, an automatic scholarship, which will lower your price from this to $1,000. And with this, if you have a full scholarship or partial scholarship, you may have to pay in this order by $250 down and then $150 every month. Now, if you're doing our Azure training, it is $2,000 right now with $500 every month after the $500 down payment. And we still have the same 10 and 5% discount based on how you pay it off. Now, if you're a couple here, husband and wife, right? I'm not talking about two friends. I mean, legally married, husband and wife, who wants to take this training. We do offer a couple discount for this, okay? We do also offer a referral bonus. If there's anybody here that will take this training that was referred by you to us, we do give out a referral bonus. You will have to apply for it, right? Sometimes these people apply and they never let us know that you were referred by you. So you will have to apply for it to get that discount, okay? These referral bonuses. This is everything as far as cost is concerned for this training. If you have your questions, I'm going to stop right now and give you a chance to ask questions. We're going to answer all the questions that you have. And after that, we're going to close for today and we'll see you in class on the 8th, right? So this last slide here just tells you when the class will start on the 8th for SQL Server Database Administration. We're moving this Azure a little bit to May 6th. There's just a few adjustments that we need to put on that program for 2 more weeks, and we'll move it to May 6th. Our IBM training will start today. Actually, the orientation after this is going to continue next week. So we are starting right away. Our AWS is still to be announced. There's some kind of conflict of planning on the other batch that we're waiting for it to complete before we can roll them over, and then we will notify you. When it's time, our communication team will make it loud and clear, so you'll be notified when the program is about to start. And with this, there's an enrollment procedure at Kiawe Tech. I think we'll be doing mini orientation. Our student services representative are here. There's Rita, we have Elvis. That these are people that when they reach out to you, please guys do respond, right? They're part of our team. So when they reach out, respond. If you have any question, you can send it out in that forum. They will advise you on the enrollment procedure, what you need to do to get onboarded. And we hope that we're going to see you in class next Saturday. So at this point, I'm going to stop recording and I'm going to stop sharing and give you a chance to ask your question. You have 2 ways you can ask your question, either by putting it directly here on the chat or by just raising your hand, and anybody in the team will be able to answer your question. And I can see already, can I give Milton, please, do you mind coordinating this question and answer sessions so we can just pick the question? Anybody in the team can answer the question as they come.
Sure, I can take care of that while the other team members, maybe Vandoline and others, can take a look at the chat in case they can, if I miss something from the chat. But I will go with the hands that I see that are up right now. Izuchukwu Obis. And forgive me if I butcher your name. Please unmute yourself and go for it.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Doctor. You're very right. That is Chukwuobi, and I'm from Nigeria. So my question is about the payment. I look at the payment mediums for the payment, and I saw some of them in Bitcoin, and then the one that caught my eye is on Zelle, using the Zelle. We that is in Africa, is not easy to make payments in dollar. But I'm trying to ask if I have a friend in US, and the person need to make this payment on my behalf. Probably I pay the person in Naira. How will can the person easily send the money to the account that has been on the app where we can send the money, and how will they know that it is me that actually the person is making their payment to, or for? You understand? So that's what I'm trying to know.
Sure. Thank you so much. Izuchukwu Obi.
Yeah,
name. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Uwa is here on the call, and he's from Nigeria. And if I say something that is wrong, he's going to correct me, right? But to answer your question, yes, 100% yes. If you have somebody in the US that can Zelle the money to our the account, the number that you see on the chat, yes. All you need to do when you Zelle it, take a screenshot of it, send it to me, send it to Doctor, send it to any of us, and put your name on it, right? And indicate that, oh, this is for Izuchukwu Obi's, first installment or this month's payment, whatever the case might be. And then it will be recorded accordingly, and we will confirm to you, and we will not send you out for fees. If I don't think
Thank you.
Let me add one more on that, Milton. We also have an account in Nigeria, right? We have an account in Nigeria. So we will be providing that information to you. You can deposit the money directly into one of our accounts, either in Naira or in dollar account, right? You can do that as well. And we will also send out the procedure exactly how the money to be when you send, how it should send proof of payment, okay? So that we record it against your name. You have to follow the instructions. Every payment must be accompanied by a proof of payment. If you forgot to do it, you must notify the team so that we can track to make sure that your payment doesn't get mixed up and we end up not crediting it towards your name. But we will send that information as the program starts. And so stay aware, read the forum, make sure you really follow up what we put in the forum, because that's where we're going to send out information regarding the payment. Please, there's a lot of scamming going on in the forum. We've had already one victim. Please, I don't want that to continue. If someone reach out to you and solicit for payment, I'm saying it and I want to repeat it, sound this alarm very clean and clear. If anybody reaches out to you and solicit for payment and you cannot identify that number, please refer back to the number that is given in the forum, okay? No other person except the number that we provide in the forum is supposed to reach out for any payment. Nobody else, because a lot of people know that you guys are seeing you. Soon you see people reaching out to you and requesting, asking you to make payments for the program. No, you should only respond to official messages from Kiawi Tech and no one else. Please, let's not fall victim of that about that anymore. And we hope that nobody's going to fall a victim anymore going forward. Thank you. Yes, Milton, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Doug. But let me add to that. Guys, listen carefully. Even when Dr. Kawi sent the official information for payment in the forum, please verify with one of us. Because let's take in a worst case scenario where Dr. Kawi's WhatsApp is hacked. You'll be thinking that you're communicating with Dr. Kawi, but you're not communicating with him. Ask a second opinion. Be paranoid before you send $1 to anybody, because like Elvin said, we are people of integrity. We are not here to scam nobody. I wish we had the opportunity to even offer this course free of charge. We will do it. So please, please, if I'm not available, Vandolin will be available. If Vandolin is available, Zebedi will be available, or Emanje, any of us, just verify, just double check, because if Dr. Kawi's phone is hacked today, his nearest management team will definitely know. So if you confirm with one or two people before you send money, we're saying this because there's already a victim that we have in our case that has lost $800, just like that. And we don't even know how we're going to trace it at this point. So please pay attention to that. As we're coming into orientation, there is a lot of stuff that is going out there in the internet. So we don't want to base our interest on that. But please, 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 please take that serious. Thank you so much.
And again, still on that point, because when you are about to make a payment, before you click validate, right? If it's Zelle payment, it will tell you how that person is enrolled in Zelle. Okay? Yeah. It will show you that this person is enrolled in Zelle as Kiawi Tech IT Academy. If anything pops up, even if you verify and you are trying to make the payment and a different name pops up other than the name that you are aware of, please just have a red flag. Double check one more time before you click that confirm, because once you click confirm, money coming from you is a very difficult procedure to reclaim that, to recover the funds. Okay, we really don't want anybody to fall victim of that anymore in this community. Thank you, Milton.
Thank you so much. I'm going to give the opportunity to Ndo. Is it Ndo or Ndo?
Milton, can I quickly just add a little bit on that?
Yes, Mr. Cyprian, please.
Yeah, on the issue of the scamming that has been going up in the forum, guys, no scammer, I repeat, no scammer will come into our forum and announce payment options. That's what they will never do. So it means that when you are making payment, always go back to our payment options, okay? Look for that which you have in the forum, because these people will struggle to contact you privately. but we always announce our payment options publicly in our forum. They will never do that. They will always want to reach out to you privately. So always double check, like it is said by Milton and Doctor, that is this payment option I want to use one of the options that is listed in our public announcement in the forum, and then you can move ahead. Thank you, Milton. I just wanted to add on that.
Sure, thank you. Thank you so much. El Endo Onda, I don't know which one.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sorry. So I came a bit late, but I just have one little worry, please. So I don't know if you already talked about the point. I don't know. They said over 75% of database is done in the cloud. That means the course we're undertaking, because I'm for the database management, are we being schooled in this direction as to handle the change, which there's a 75% cut of the, I don't know, people that usually sit at offices and work, you know, or at the companies, everything has to be done through the cloud. Is this studies being coined towards this direction or geared towards this direction so that people get to work with the cloud, or is that like just for the Azure or AWS programs? Is that the same thing with people doing just the Microsoft database management program?
Okay, thank you so much. So what happens is that in our program, when you take SQL, you actually, what we teach is actually the on-premises one, right? But we don't just end there. We also teach you, and we even do a whole project on data migration to both on-prem and to the cloud. Like if your company is moving data to, let's say, Azure, yes, we are gonna use data migration assistant to teach you, do a whole comprehensive project on how to do that. If you want to migrate data from one data center to another, we're going to also teach you how to do that. So it's a comprehensive course as to that. But SQL, as you know, it's basically installed on a computer just like it's an on-prem application. But we did mention, and Dr. D talked about it, normally we have two programs. You do your SQL Server training, which is what most of us did, including myself. And then after you finish, then you can enroll in the Azure program, which you will not only be doing SQL Server Azure, but you'll be doing additional tools that can help you actually work in the cloud if you want to strictly work in the cloud. But one of the things you must know is that it's easier for you to transition from the SQL on-prem to the cloud. Doug, do you want to add something to that?
Yes, thank you so much for that, Milton. Of course, we are fully aware of the transition that is coming in. And like we say, we are always adapting our training to meet today's demand and the market's demand. So we are fully aware of the transition. And that's why we don't just end the training. I just talked about the fact that once we are done with your training, we do offer what we call futuristic DBA program. And that introduction to the cloud and doing a few projects to the cloud will come in under this same $3,500. Now, if you want to go full blown in cloud, then you can then enroll into our cloud program. But remember, even though companies are migrating, it's going to take a long time. And we are also following that trend. The moment we realize that the on-prem DBA topics, DBAs are no longer needed, we would have already migrated our training completely to address the challenges. So be mindful of the fact that we are closely following the trend and we are adapting as the trend changes.
Thank you so much. Though I guess you can lower your hand and I'll move on to Belinda's iPhone. Belinda's iPhone.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
I just have a quick question. I understand that on the 8th, we're gonna start the class, which is a Saturday. When we ready start, they give us like different dates that you can do the class. Like I chose the first, which is Monday, Wednesday, and Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. I just want to find out if I'm going to start on this 8, then later on we're gonna move into the various days that we choose. I just want to clarify that.
No. So what happens is that within this week, from after today, before our first day of class, we'll be doing what is called onboarding, and most of our team members, including our student service representative and other people, will be helping you, in short, all of us, to help you get situated. So what is going to happen is that they will share in that your forum WhatsApp groups. If you selected the one from Monday, Wednesday and Thursday, you just click on that one, to the link for that one to join just that one alone.
Just as we've done already, Milton.
That has been done already, and they already choose that one.
Yeah.
Okay, if you already
we
chosen
did
that one,
already.
if you already choose that one, that means on Saturday you don't have class.
No, hold on, listen, hold on. There's just one adjustment on that part, right?
Yes.
It's only this Saturday. It's
Okay.
only this Saturday because right now it's an orientation.
It's
everybody's here. My loved one, grandma, everybody's here. We've invited everyone, right? Saturday will be the people that are actually taking this training.
Okay.
And it will be then that we are going to go deep into what this program is all about, like going into the syllabus, what will be covered, like really talking to the people who are taking the training. And after that, you are only going to attend classes based on your individual schedule.
Okay, thank you so much.
Right?
All right.
So that's the only minute changes that we put into that. But apart from that, everything Milton said is correct like that.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Doc, for that clarification. Ghislaine Fung. Ghislaine.
Good evening to everyone.
Good evening, sir.
I'm speaking from Douala, Cameroon, and I have two worries. Like the last time I attended, I think it was the pre-orientation. The last time I attended, they told us the scholarship program is going to be applied for, and there's going to be a system in which is going to be accepted. And also, just right now, it says the scholarship program is automatic. So I'm not understanding on that. And the second question is about the programs, like the SQL Cell, Azure, and the others. From everything I am listening to, it seems as if the SQL is mainly based on data, while the others are based on cloud. And I would say everybody wants to work on something that is providing, and everything something that will be direct. Because I started with the SQL, I'm starting with the SQL because I would say this is my first time in this program, and I was advised to start with the SQL, gradually going up to the other one. So if I'm starting with the SQL, that means I will be obligated. It's just a question. So will I be obligated to take the cloud programs, or I can work with this?
Thank you so much. I'll give Dr. Ngepu the chance to answer the first question on scholarship.
Maybe before Dr. Ngepu comes in, I want to clarify to them how the scholarship goes for those in Africa. It is not automatic. You have to apply for the scholarship, and the scholarship board of the Kiawe Foundation is going to sit down and check, cross-check, because not everybody that claims us is in low-income country is really in low-income country. So they have their procedure of cross-checking before validating it. So we have had, the foundation has had numerous scenarios that they have people, we have all types of people. Some come with dubious ideas and they claim that they are here, they are there, and in the long run, we realize that they are lying. So the foundation has its own policy of undergoing their screening and investigation. And it is automatic that if they investigate and everything is fine, it will be validated. But before then, if you are in Africa and you don't apply, it means that you are willing to pay the $3,500. That is how it should go. So that's just a clarification I wanted to make there. So.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Ngepu, do you want to add something to that?
Zeus has covered it.
Okay, all right,
Because
thank you.
like you mentioned, a lot of people came in dubious, right? So we discovered that some people actually live here in the US and applied that they were in Africa. So going through that process, that's why we had to make the process official like that. So going through that process, we sit down and, screen through it and then offer you that scholarship letter. So Zeus has covered everything.
Thank you so much. Mr. Cyprian, will you want to answer the second part of his question about SQL in relation to cloud? Mr. Cyprian, if not, Doc.
Well, thank you, Milton. Actually, I will first of all want to make sure that I indicate that there is data in the cloud. But from his statement, it seems like data is just on-prem and there's no data in the cloud. So data is also managed in the cloud. Data is not just managed on-prem. So the reason why you probably were advised to start with Microsoft SQL Server Database Administration is because, like Dr. mentioned, it's more of it's not you don't need advanced IT skills to be able to go through this training, the Microsoft SQL Server Database Administration training. If you can be able to click around and read a few things and understand, then you're going to succeed with this. But when you want to do our Azure, Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing or AWS or IBM Garden training, we will require that you have a prior IT background to do this. So, but when you want to do Microsoft SQL Server Database Administration, you usually do not require to have a prior IT background to succeed with this. So our recommendation is that go through our Microsoft SQL Server Database Administration, which is what majority of our trainees do go through, secure a job. While you have already secured a job and working, you can then now, further your knowledge as to moving into our Microsoft Azure training and AWS or IBM Garden training. That would depend on you. But by that time, after taking our Microsoft SQL Server Database Administration training, you will be able to now make the right decisions as to what direction to go to. But let me inform you about this. Most companies that are operating on-prem right now, statistics and studies have proven that in the next 20 to 50 years, more than 80% of the companies will be moving their workload from on-prem to the cloud. It is the reason why we at Kiawitech IT Academy are also trying to adapt our curriculum following, or we want to tailor it to follow that system or that situation. So please, if you were advised to start with Microsoft SQL Server Database Administration, all of us here will tell you today that yes, that was the right advice you had. Okay, all of us will agree with you that was the right advice you had. So go ahead and start with that, grow in that, secure a job with that, because all of us that you see here today actually were able to secure what we're doing based on the Microsoft SQL Server Database Administration before we can then move up to the next level, which is Azure or AWS and stuff like that. So please, your advice was the right advice that you got. Milton, in case you want to add something to that, I hope that I've been able to answer his question.
No, thank you so much. I think that is enough for that question. I will go to Lydia Abbey.
Before you go to the next question, Milton, I wanted to address some questions I'm seeing here in the chat, just so that they don't get mixed up with so many questions and we miss it. A lot of people are asking if we can paste a payment information here in the chat. Yes, guys, we will do that in your WhatsApp group forum, okay? We will paste payment information in your WhatsApp group forum, not here in the chat. And also, you want to know who to reach out to. We will also put the student service representative numbers in the WhatsApp chat. They know where to send the information to. Let's say, for example, you would like to talk to Milton directly. You have a question for Milton about resume. They can pick that information and forward it, and then Milton will respond. If you talk to me directly, they will also forward the request, and we will take care. So you don't need to have the numbers of all upper management here. You will be given the numbers to the student service representative. You will be able to reach out to them, and they know exactly which department to forward your question to if they cannot answer it. Okay? So hold on with requesting for payment information. We will do that in your WhatsApp group forum.
Thank you so much, Doc. So emphasis, guys, use our student representative department. I've seen the communication department. I've shared our contact information in the chat. If you need it, you can ask again. They'll share it again, and then they'll be able to direct your question to the appropriate office. Okay, Lydia Abbey.
Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I just have a concern, not necessarily a question. I've noticed that recently a lot of the big tech, big companies are laying off their tech workers. Last week I think I was reading something on Amazon about 9,000, and it's been going on for some time. So my concern is, do you think that these people they are offloading into the market is going to affect us in any way? Well, considering that some of them are coming with experience on the job and all that, it's just a concern, it's not a question.
Okay, thank you so much. Please, 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 please take it from me, quote me anywhere. All that they say they are laying off people, majority of those people, I will tell you, are not, first of all, IT people. IT companies laying off people does not mean IT companies are laying off IT people. You need to know the difference. I'm just looking at Indeed now, and I'm seeing 1,461 jobs uploaded today. Today, Saturday. You can check it yourself. This is not, listen, when you go through our training, guys, let me tell you one of the message that we usually give at the end. We'll tell you that when you go to work, don't be an eye servant. We are not training what we call reactive DBAs here. We tell you point blank. We are training proactive DBAs, which means that you don't need your boss to be looking at you before you can do your work. You're going to be working at the comfort of your home. And you're still going to feel happy, like Simplice, solving a problem that has been there since 2012. Without anybody running behind you. Because let me tell you something, we don't care if you are educated, you can have PhD. If you don't have the right skill, especially in corporate America, apart from inflation, they can still send you out packing. But as soon as you put in the work, as every community member here has been putting in the work, both in class and at work, you will never lose your job. I guarantee you that. Everyone in this call has had a job. All my trainees, I can ask them to raise their hands and testify. They will tell you. They will, please, let me ask, let me give some other person. Emanje, you train on the interview team, and you interview these people and you send them off to the job market. Can you recall a story that someone can really tell you that they have put in the work and then they were sent away? Nobody will tell you that. In Manje, are you there to add something to that? But I'm telling you the truth. First and foremost, Lydia, IT companies are laying off people, and you can go check the list. Majority of those people are not, that they laid off were not IT people. And if it is not even IT, majority of them are not database. Database presently has been termed the new oil, because any company, they make decisions, approve budgets, make money because of data. As soon as you cannot provide data to someone, that person cannot guarantee funding. They cannot approve your project. They don't care whatever you are doing. Beginning from any field, telecommunication, transportation, legal, healthcare, insurance companies, banking, you must have the data to prove that you've collected, you have this number of people that have created accounts in your bank, and then they'll be able to approve your budget. If you have that data, you need a database administrator to manage that data. There is no two ways about it. Anyone has something from the team to add, even Jeremiah is not there?
Yes, Milton. I have one question.
Okay, let me go with Cyprian.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you, Milton. If you are here and you know any database administrator that has been laid off their work, please just indicate. Feel free. We are 118 of us. Feel free and say, I know one that has been laid off their work, right? So that it doesn't sound like we are just talking mystery. It sounds like we can work on statistics. 118. How many do know database administrators have actually been laid off their work? Milton, you can proceed while we get out of the chat so that we can, it works out.
All right, Doc, you also answered the answer. Thank you so much.
No, I just wanted to let them understand that laying off people will always happen, right? At every given time in the economy, people are always going to be laid off and other people are always going to be hired, right? So it is not a new thing that is happening. It's always going to be happening like that. But that's why when you are learning a skill, get a skill that is crisis proof, right? That no matter the kind of crisis that we're going through, you are going to still be in the job market. Think about it, for example, when COVID started, a lot of people were laid off, a lot of people. But that was a time where IT actually solidified, where we have people confronted with 10, 4, 5 offer letters, and they don't know which one to choose from, right? So it's always, this is not a new thing that's happening, it's always going to happen. And so focus on the skills that you're learning and make sure you get the skill that will be crisis proof. So no matter the crisis, you are still in the job market. Yes, thanks.
Thank you so much. And where's Elvis Tasse? Elvis Tasse. Elvis Tasse. So, I don't know. Elvis is not there. I wanted just to say Lydia again.
Elvis is here. Elvis is here. Gamilo.
Oh, good. Yeah, come on video, Elvis. Elvis is here and he is a whole testimony. The same week that Capital One announced that they were going to lay off people, Elvis got 3 offers and he was making a choice. I guess I was even one of those that convinced him to go to the other side and not go to the other side. 3 offers the same week. I mean, just to confirm what Doctor is saying, that there's always going to lay off people regardless, right? If that has to happen. But all what we want to do, if you have the skill, and we're going to train you on all of this, including soft skill, not just technical. You will do the technical part, yes. You will need the soft skill too, yes. And then you need the behavioral one right inside your job. And again, I always say this in all my classes when I start, but let me say it here before we start. When you go into class, treat your fellow classmate as your co-worker. Because every attitude you put up here in Kiawitech is going to inadvertently translate to your work. And those are the basis. Once you know your skills and you behave well at work, you will never lose a job. I guarantee you that. We guarantee you that. Thank you, Elvis. I just wanted you to be a testimony to this. How many offers you have at the week when they were laying off people, you were there instead getting jobs. Nothing did not stop you to get those offers. And you made that choice. You are not going to Michigan. You are not going to Minnesota. You want to go to Iowa. It was your choice at that point. Thank you so much, Lydia. I hope that helps. Let me go to Welton so that we don't over-belabor this point about laying off. Welton Ma or something.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. My question is, you guys said Microsoft is offering an exam at the end of the course. I'm wondering if it's part of the tuition. If not, how much is it?
No. Okay, thank you. That's directly to me, so I'll try to answer that, Doc. No, it's not part of the tuition, right? For Microsoft exams. The Microsoft exams, you have to either go to a Pearson testing center, right? And register it and sit and then schedule, and they'll schedule you the date and the time you have to go sit and write there. Or you can still go online. I've forgotten the price, but I can quickly look at it when the next person is asking the question to tell you, because the prices are not the same. So I don't have all that price list at the top of my head, but I know that one of them, when we used to do MTA was cheaper. I think MTA was like $100 or $99 or something for MTA, though it was deprecated. But the price from $99 only goes up. Some are 150, some are 250 as you also go up. Because remember, they are also in level. There's the entry level, there's associate, there's professional, there's expert level. They go up in that order. So, but yes, it's not part of the tuition, because when you pay that either online or to a Pearson testing center, the money goes directly to Microsoft. It doesn't come to us, Kiawitech. Hope I answer your question. And I can look at the prices and then.
Thank you. You did. Thank you.
All right. Awesome. Kings.
Thank you very much. First and foremost, I would like to thank Dr. Dennis, Kiawitech brainchild programmer. Thank the stakeholders, the facilitators, and my dear indefatigable Program Director, Mr. Cyprian. I live here in Texas, United States. And as a matter of fact, some of us that live here can attest to the fact that academic stroke educational system is so strict that people tend to move away from Texas to other states to pursue the academic quest because of some of the constraints and difficult programs. My question is simple. I just want to know the accreditation of Kiawe Tech IT institution regarding to America IT academic system. Put short, is this institution accredited? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes. Okay, Doc, you want to go for it?
Yes, thank you so much for that question, Kings. I think it's Kingsley, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you. So, Kiawe Tech IT Academy is a professional training institution. So we provide, if you look at the syllables and everything that we're providing here, is in line with continuous education, right? And that's why we are not accredited to provide a degree-based training, like getting a bachelor or whatever. We provide you a certificate of completion from the training, and we back up our training with a certification from accredited centers like Microsoft or AWS and so on that are able to back up what we do here at the Academy. Now, in terms of the U.S. Educational Board of Accreditation, we are actually 90% on that to be able to have all the documents ready to have that accreditation on the U.S. Board of Education. So if that answers your question. But as far as continuous education is concerned, we are fully in line with everything that the government requires. We are a continuous training center, and we provide you a certificate of completion backed by industry standard certification from Microsoft and AWS.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you so much for that question, Kingsley. So many hands. How much time do we still have, Doc? Let me go to
we are hoping to end this at 3 o'clock, not go beyond.
So we have 18 more minutes. Okay. Yes. User iPhone. Okay. He dropped his hand.
Just lower your hand.
They lower their. No, don't lower your hand, guys. We still have some time. If you have questions, it's better to ask all your questions. Okay. While user iPhone is trying to bring up his or her hand, I will go to Sheung Adebi. Sheung.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Well, this is Africa, good evening. And I have like about 2 questions. My first question is, number 1, how easy is it to get a job, like a remote job in America from Africa? I know when it comes to data, most countries try to keep it to within their own country in the form of data protection in terms of information. So I don't know how easy it is for someone in Africa to get a job, a database job in America. That's the first question I have. Then number 2, can you hear me, please?
Yes, go ahead. We hear you. We want to listen to all your questions before we respond.
Okay, then number 2 too. I just wanted to find out because I know currently where I work, we have a DBA there, and I know there are some programs they put in place for them to upscale their knowledge in terms of like using Azure and cybersecurity. I don't know if you have that incorporated with the syllabus that will be taught when the April batch kicks up.
Thank you so much. I'm going to attempt to both of your questions, and I'll give an opportunity to Mr. Zebedee because he is the president for Europe and Africa, probably to say something in relation to your first question about if you cannot get a remote job in the US from Africa. The answer to your question, in my opinion, that first question is a yes and a no, right? Let's start with the yes. The yes is the fact that the world has become a global village where you work remotely, irrespective of where you are. I work remotely myself. Right now I'm in my house. This is where I work at home. And last August, I was in Cameroon and I worked from Cameroon, right? When I was traveling on vacation back to Africa in Cameroon, I went home and my boss approved me to work from home. And I was able to work from Cameroon while I was out there, right? Now, the no part is that there is something in immigration here in the US that I know called e-verification. When you apply for a job here, they need to e-verify you so that you can be able to pay taxes using American tax system. I think there is a certain contract, I'm not sure what it is called, that America has signed with India. So there are a lot of people in India that stays in India and can get jobs and work in the US without ever even getting a US visa. I don't think we in Africa have that kind of agreement just yet, right? But it's a possibility, and this is what we are doing in Cavitech is part of the breaking ground we're looking forward to. And that's one thing that I'm doing as a director of public relations, finding out how we can break through that chain, right? And we are also finding out not only the fact that we want people to come to America, but we train in Africa, and we are trying to break through to see if we can set up partnerships in maybe Ghana, Rwanda, Zimbabwe, so that you can train in Nigeria, work in Cameroon, or train in Cameroon, work in Zimbabwe, and vice versa, right? Because the database jobs are coming up down there, and I can guarantee you, even in South Africa, right? We've been able to see some jobs in Rwanda in database, so we are trying to do that. We are not yet there, but we are working hard to make sure that we have the right contacts that can help you get a job, study in Africa, get a job in Africa, and work even in Africa without necessarily coming to the West, right? And your second question was about cybersecurity. Again, it goes back to partnership. We already had our first meeting with our cybersecurity partner, and we are moving forward to have another conversation before we sign what we call the MOU, the Memorandum of Understanding, with that particular unit. In that way, we can be able to also offer training in cybersecurity. And not only that, one of our other partners, which I can mention now because we already signed a Memorandum of Understanding, is called Metropole Tech. I don't know if the representative is on the call. And if you look at the flyer for today, you see there's something there called IBM Guardian Security, which is actually how you can protect database using a tool called IBM Guardian. That's another security tool. And like I said, you are coming into a program at a time when we're having all these partners that you can rub shoulders with, so that if you do your SQL, you can also be able to say, oh, I want to attach IBM Guardian. You're more than welcome to do so at that point. Or if you choose to just go that route of IBM Guardian, Cavitech will be able to go through the admission process for you and meet you and have our partner organization train you. Zebedee, do you have something to add on the first question about remote jobs from Africa?
Yes, yes, thank you, just to highlight on that, we should understand that in every situation, companies do have their policies, but don't limit yourself, because if you get a job, I do have people I know some trainees who are living in the United States who have gotten jobs, but working in Poland, that is not in the United States. So, and I also met a Ghanaian living in Accra who is working for a German company living in Accra specifically. So I had to discuss with him. So, and I do have this last year, I made statistics, and I can count, I've had 15 Cameroonians living in Cameroon and coming to work in Germany as IT personnel. So I had the opportunity because they needed information to me. That's when I got this information, that most of them were coming to me, because when you're coming in, there are a lot of documents they need to do this, and I was in the field to be able to be able to help. So that's how I got to know that they are coming in. So those are opportunities that do exist everywhere. So that means you have the opportunity. If the jobs are there, the truth is that, okay, you can have less opportunity if it is purely a US job, that they need somebody working only in the US. that can also be a limitation to you, but it doesn't mean that they don't exist. Those jobs do exist. And if you apply and the interview and you're good and they give you the job, there's no problem. So each company has its own policy where they want someone to work. So we also have companies that they do outsource, like there are certain centers, like maybe call centers in India, in low-income countries, because they also want to save costs. Those things do exist. So just take an advantage. Don't limit yourself. You can, if you don't search, you won't know that it do exist. So just search, then you get those opportunities. So that's what I can say for.
Thank you so much, Zebedee. And let me just say again that I know someone, they're trained in Africa and then got a job, and then the company moved them to another country, still in Africa, and they are working as DBAs. Again, it's not an impossibility. And then the immigration systems vary from country to country and all of those kind of things. So it's a little bit of a complex scenario when it comes to all of those things, but it's not an impossibility, right? So you have to keep the faith, go for what you want, and then with the hope that everything goes on well. I guess we'll have the last question, Doc. I see Izuchuko. You're coming for the second time. Come on, brother.
Yeah, sorry, Jerry. Sorry.
Sure.
My question is about the scholarship, okay? There was something that they spoke about the scholarship, and is actually contradicting what we had on the onboarding, all right? And that's two questions. On the onboarding, Rita told us that she's going to share a form where we are going to just fill it up, you know, and from here, I was seeing that we're supposed to apply on the website, which I also did. I applied on the website a month ago, and I didn't receive any notification. No, apart from the successful submission of the form I did on the website, I didn't receive any status regarding that application. So right now, I don't know if I'm supposed to go back to the the website, so we apply for the scholarship, or we should wait for the form that will be shared so we can actually fill up our details and submit. I don't know. That's why I'm just.
No, I think you're the one getting confused. There is KiawiTech application form that you just want to apply to be a trainee, right? That's separate. And you go on the website of KiawiTech, not Kiawi Foundation. Let's be clear about it. KiawiTech, and then you fill out that one. You choose whether you want to do AWS, SQL, Azure, or whatever. That is one thing aside. Now, what Dr. Ngepu explained on this call is, if you plan to apply for the scholarship, the website is different, but it's called www.kiawi.org. And then let me finish. You will apply for the scholarship there. Now, even the one that the student service is going to share with you is the same. If he shares you a link and says this is for scholarship, it will be the same link that Dr. Ngepu was showing to say, okay, you can apply for the scholarship. Another thing that I'm not going to disclose to you will be the time frame, like how long. But if you already fill out both of them, then don't worry about it. But if you fill out just one, and then also do not worry about it, look forward for the one that the student service representative will share out for the scholarship, because when that also happens, they have a certain time frame based on the requirements that they have to wait for the Board of Trustees for the foundation to meet and do their background check to validate it before, like Mr. Zebedee said earlier, before the scholarships are awarded. In the past, one of the things we usually do is that they only check that after 2 weeks of training, because our first 2 weeks of training in the past used to be computer basics, and we don't charge you a dime. You don't have to pay us anything today or in the next 2 weeks. And after we finish our 2 weeks, if you feel that this is something you still want to continue with us, then you can make a down payment, or you can go ahead at that time and also apply for scholarship. That's when they start making decisions for scholarship and all of those kind of things. So that's the timeline I was talking about. So you got to make sure, because we don't want to leave. Again, every organization has their rules, right? This is just one of the rules in the way the Kiawi Foundation works with KiawiTech. So if you fill out an application form for studying in KiawiTech in www.kiawitech.com, that is separate from filling out the scholarship one. And if you have not received the scholarship one, that is still fine. You are not late. It's still going to come to you, if that makes sense. Dr. Ngepu,
Milton, please let me chime in. Yes, let me chime in.
Yes.
Obi, I understand your frustration and I understand where you're coming from, right? So we just recently did the application through the Kiawe Foundation website because of all the dubious, remember we mentioned earlier, we've been having a lot of dubious transactions and that has not favored Kiawe Tech at all. So before, everyone was applying using that Microsoft form, right? But now we went official. You applied directly through the Kiawe Foundation website. So we do understand that in your onboarding, you had that. That's what has been in there. But we're trying to wipe off all that dubious work, right? Having someone tell us they live in Africa as opposed to living here and getting the benefits that you would have if you're living in Africa or the Middle East. So normally, as Milton said, when you apply, you don't get that reply right away, especially if you're coming from Africa by default, right? You will get your letter. But if you just applied because you need assistance, you may not get that letter if you're not approved, because let's say if we have to offer one full scholarship per the program, only one person gets that form, that letter, right? So, but if by default from Africa or Middle East, you're gonna get your letter. But as Milton mentioned, the program starts, we wait at least 2 weeks because within that 2 weeks, we want to know if you're really 100% into the program or you have 1 foot out and 1 foot in, right? So after 2 weeks, if you say, okay, this is what I really want to do, I want to stick in, because we don't want to give you a scholarship and you have that agreement form of which you have to fill it out and sign with all the agreement you have to put in there and send it back to us, right? So I don't want to offer you a scholarship. Mind you, this is money sent by other people wanting to see you succeed in this program. We don't want to offer you a scholarship and 2 weeks or 3 weeks after you're like, I don't want to do this any longer and I want to step out. It's a whole process, just trying to go through that to cancel it altogether, right? So that's something new. Obi, please bear with us and we are sorry for any confusion that may have caused you, but that's where Kiawe Tech is heading going forward. I hope that explains.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ngepu. That was a great input and great. I appreciate it. We appreciate that. User iPhone. I don't know who is that. Come, oh, you can.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Yeah. She already answered the question that I had, so thank you. That's why I lowered my hand.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, good.
Yeah, I had the same question as the guy that asked.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. So, Dr. Kawi, that is all the hands that I had.
Thank you, Milton. If you are here and you don't identify yourself with any of Kiawe Tech WhatsApp group, can one of our communication team put out the link to join the upcoming group forum? If you have not joined, if you are not, because that's the only place that we are going to be sending information reminders from now. Okay, if you don't belong to any of the class forum like B14 1, 2, or 3, or any upcoming group forum, you will miss out on very valuable announcements. So we want to make sure that you belong to any of those. And of course, if your question was not answered today, if you think about it anytime soon, feel free to use any of those forums to ask your questions as we get you onboarded. Okay. Thank you guys so much. I think we can stop here today. It was an awesome Saturday. I hope that the 3 hours that you spent here with us was worth it. You're going to thank us 6 months later to have invested 3 hours of your life to listen to us and to gain this valuable information about what we do here at Kiawe Tech. With this, I want to thank my entire team and everyone in this community that is helping to make sure that we keep this mission of empowering people through education forward. And with this, we come to an end. Thank you.